The following is a presentation of Grayson Publishing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is football time in Texas.
On the Howe Enterprise Sports webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs Football. Howe Bulldogs Football, brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Buck Snort Barbecue, Howe Athletic Booster Club, Techway, and Meacham State Farm.
Kiss him goodbye! It is touchdown time in Texas!
Also brought to you by Knight Furniture, Independent Financial, Michelle Castle Guild Mortgage, Star Auto Body, Juan Enciso, Farmers Insurance.
Jalen Thornton looking for another seam. Spins out of another tackle. He is electric.
Also brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, Hid Exteriors LLC, Polio's Pizza Cafe, GCEC, Goodfellas Barbershop, Rapid Electric, Legend Bank, Core Fits Gym, Padera Mobile Home Community, and Realty Group, Don's Smokehouse, Quick Check Convenience Stores, Texas Bred Lifestyle, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Grayson Garage Door.
It's a Haley's Comet for the first time in his career.
Now let's open the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party and join the voice of the Howe Bulldogs, Bonnie Walker.
District play opens tonight for Howe at Jim Henderson Memorial Stadium in Pottsboro. All records that matter are reset to 0. Howe continues to trickle to the youth movement as another freshman joins the team of now 10 underclassmen, nearly half the Dogs roster. Pottsboro is coming off their first regular season loss since losing to Bonham nearly 2 years ago. Melissa handed it to the Cardinals last week, 51-17. But the Cardinals have won 9 straight against Howe and haven't lost to the Dogs at home since 1988. It's Howe at Pottsboro, and it's football time in Texas.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Justin, Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Buck Snort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Buck Snort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
Hello, Howe Bulldogs. This is Coach Joey McQueen, Farmer Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Vic and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask that you back the Dogs and become a member today. Go visit the Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Have a great year, Bulldogs.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. Today's Senior Spotlight is brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's seniors.
This week's Senior Spotlight, joined with Luke Jackson and Jordan Jones. Luke, we'll start with you. Your mom went to school here. Does she ever talk about going to school here at all?
Yes, sir, she does.
But no stories or anything to tell?
No stories, sir.
All right, so your brother played football here. What's he doing these days?
He's at A&M, being an engineer.
He's always been a big A&M fan. I guess he's loving it down there.
Yes, sir.
What programs are you involved with other than football?
Just powerlifting.
And what do you lift?
Deadlift, bench, and squat.
So you had a birthday recently at Texas Roadhouse. Talk about that.
So it was my birthday, and I got a ride on the saddle.
Any big stories about that?
No big stories at all, really.
You have a new teammate who's a freshman now also, and he was a big Minecraft fan, and you blew his whole game up. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, yeah, Malin.
So you played football in Howe since Pee Wee. What do you remember about those Pee Wee days? Do you remember any of your coaches?
Sanders.
Talk about him.
Yeah.
What do you want to do in life?
I want to be a firefighter.
That's Luke Jackson. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll visit with Jordan Jones.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at mredinsurance.com.
All right, now we're visiting with Jordan Jones. When did you get to school here?
The year of 2014, 5th grade.
So what was it like? Where were you before?
I was in Southern California with my mom and my father, and we decided to move out here because it was cheaper.
So Texas, that had to be a pretty big shock to you, I bet.
Oh, yes, sir. It was definitely different. A lot of different people, different faces. Definitely different house compared to the old one, but a lot of new friends that I made really adjusted pretty quickly.
You were voted homecoming king last week. Talk about that.
Oh, yes, sir. It was a big surprise. Honestly, I didn't think I had it, but until they called my name out, me and my entire family, we were very surprised.
Yeah, keep waiting for that big JoJo breakout game. Is that going to happen against Pottsboro?
Oh, yes, sir. It is.
So there's been some sickness on the team, and I hear you were sick for a few days. Is that still going around? Is everybody fine? What's the deal?
Everybody's fine now. We all just started let it get to our heads because our kicker tested positive. But other than that, everybody's clean and healthy.
Pottsboro, what do you think?
They're going to have something different coming in this week. Yes, sir.
All right, that's our senior spotlight. That's Jordan Jones and Luke Jackson.
Today's Senior Spotlight is brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group and Dick & Broker for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. Today's District 5 3A Division I Roundup is brought to you by Grayson Garage Door. Now let's join the blizzard. Blake Burnett with the District 5 3A Division I Roundup.
Howdy folks, it's football time in Texas, and tonight we will jump into district play here in 3A Division I District 5. This is an 8-team district, so for the next 7 weeks, 4 games every Friday night. 4 teams making the playoffs and 4 teams not making the playoffs, starting basketball a little early. The atmosphere in the air will be different down the stretch of the season because the games mean more and the kids want to put on for their town and make the playoffs. District 5 did have 2 teams in action last week due to teams not playing the week before due to COVID. Bonham went to Blue Ridge and lost 63-24, making Bonham 1-2 headed into district play. Winsboro hosted St. Augustine and won 37-6, making Winsboro 2-0 headed into district play. Everyone else was on bye last Friday. Tonight we have 4 big games. We have 3-0 Mineola traveling to 2-0 Winsboro. This game right here will be a hard-fought battle all night, and I believe that Mineola will come out on top. What will happen in this game, both teams will run the ball. Mineola will get 1 key stop on a 3rd down and get the ball back and control the clock. Next, we have 2-0 Commerce will travel to 1-2 Bonham. This game will be very interesting to see where both teams are this season. I have Commerce winning by a slight margin, as I just think they have more team speed than Bonham. 3-0 Rains will travel to 3-0 Mount Vernon. Both teams score so many points this season against good defenses as well, and they both have solid defenses. This game should be a great game, as I believe Mount Vernon's passing attack will lead them to victory in this one. 0-3 Howe will travel to 2-1 Pottsboro. This game will be interesting, Pottsboro being defending state runner-ups from a year ago, and Howe playing the underdog role, looking to surprise some people tonight. What a great way to start off the district campaign. If all 4 of these games can live up to the hype, it'll be a great season and great district play for 3A Division I District 5.
Today's District 5 3A Division I Roundup is brought to you by Grayson Garage Door. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
Corfit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. Corfit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At Corfit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. Corfit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Who, why, and how? Who are we? We're Pradera Mobile Home Community. Why live in Pradera? Because of Howe. Howe, Texas, that is. Howe is a small community with an outstanding school district and close proximity to all amenities you need. Pradera Mobile Home Community is tucked away between Highway 75 and Highway 5 near Bulldog Stadium. Our residents love that our community is so clean. They also love their 2 parks and their swimming pool. Pradera Mobile Home Community, 903-532-0014.
Welcome to the Buffalo Wild Wings Coach's Corner. Now let's join Monty Walker with Howe Bulldogs head coach Bill Jaley.
All right, Coach, bye week in the middle of the season. What a concept that is. First time you've had one of those. Was it what you needed?
Yes, it's exactly what we needed. First time we've had a bye week in the middle of the season. Like you said, the last 2 years it's been the last week of the season. So good week just to get healthy, get a lot of reps in, go back to basics, and anything new that we wanted to change. It's always nice knowing that you got a week to put that stuff in and rep it and practice it. But bye week in the middle of the season is always good, just from the health factor, and also being able to have 2 weeks to make changes or anything like that. Gives us a great time as a coaching staff to go back, watch the first 3 games, evaluate, kind of self-scout us a little bit.
So Sanger, it seems like a long time ago, but it had a different feel to that game. Offense was sustaining drives. Haley looked more comfortable in the pocket. Is that something you can build upon?
Absolutely. With this team each week, our number one goal is to improve each week, and we took a big step against Sanger. It's definitely something to build on offensively. We had a couple really good drives, moved the ball well, controlled the clock a little bit. That is all stuff that we can build off of. Defensively, we had a little more stops than we've had in the previous 2 weeks. Played very well in certain aspects, but yeah, definitely a different vibe. I think the kids are starting to get more comfortable with Friday nights and everything else. So it was definitely something that we can build off of as a program.
0-3 headed into district play. How do you motivate the kids, and what do you do to keep them on edge?
Well, whenever you hit district, it doesn't matter if you're 0-3, 1-2, or 3-0. Your record now is 0-0 again, because now district is where it matters. Even with the way we're going and how we're progressing as a team, every team's goal when you hit district is playoffs. So you're 0-0. So it doesn't matter what happened the first 3 weeks of the season.
We're going to take a 30-second timeout on the Buffalo Wild Wings Coach's Corner.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit one offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
Coach, the young get younger. You got a deceiving roster. You've got 15 seniors, but half of your roster is underclassmen. Calling up some more.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We got a lot of young kids playing, and we got a lot of seniors on our roster. But a lot of those seniors that are on our roster, this is their first year playing varsity football, and there's 4 or 5 seniors on that roster that haven't played football since either their freshman year or their since they were in junior high. So it's still progressing them into their roles. We hate to say it, but they're seniors on a roster, but they're really sophomores and juniors football wise by not playing every year. That's why we always highly encourage everybody to play every year in high school, because it's tough to take years off and come back and play. But yeah, we got a lot of young kids added, brought 4 more up from the JV this week, including 2 freshmen. So it's going to keep getting younger and younger, but we need those seniors to keep leading this team and build off of their experience that they have, and just go through the pains that we're going through right now.
What's the health of the team right now?
We're pretty healthy. We still have Will Fleming is still out. He'll be out probably, if he's able to come back, the last 2 games of the season. With that injury, though, I'm going to take some serious precautions with it, because I don't want to rush him back, and then he gets hurt again coming back too soon, and then he's out the off season, because he was only a junior, so he's still got a senior year ahead of him. Matthew Bearden is still out with a hand injury, and unfortunately on Monday Jalen Thornton rolled his ankle at practice, so he'll be a no-go this week as well. But other than that, majority of the team is pretty healthy.
Pottsboro in the state championship game a year ago. A lot of kids coming back, quarterback coming back. How do they look on film?
They're pretty good on film. They are. I always sit there and say, man, that lake water must have something in it, because they're pretty big. Yeah. They're big up front. They got a receiver that's 6. I think he's listed at 6'2" or 6'3", 200 and something pounds. So they're pretty big and they're physical. They're very talented. They're a good team. They really are a good team, and they got a lot of size and speed. But in theory, in my opinion, they're still very good. They're missing that running back. The running back graduating from last year's team is a big void on their team this year, but they got some guys that can carry the ball. But their quarterback makes him go. He's the player, and we got to contain him on Friday night.
So 5 different Howe head coaches in a row have lost at Pottsboro. You're not alone there. And that goes back to 1988. Are they beatable at their backyard?
Every team is beatable at their backyard. I mean, every team, in my opinion, is beatable every Friday night. It's I don't care what happens the weeks before or what you watch on film. You got to line up and play on Friday night. And so to me, I don't care if we're playing Pottsboro or if we're playing the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody's beatable when you step on that field. And our kids got a strong advantage, I believe, going into this game from a morale standpoint, because I'm sure Pottsboro is overlooking us right now and thinking about teams down the road. So we got an opportunity Friday to go out there and knock them in the mouth and let them know that, no no matter what's happened in the past, you're still playing the Howe Bulldogs for 4 quarters.
Today's Coach's Corner has been brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit 1 offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
This is Coach Jim Fryer, former Bulldog head coach and athletic director. Connie and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 80s. They supported all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and to become a member today.
This is Coach Jay. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
Justin, Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucksnort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. Today's Opposite Corner is brought to you by Texas Bred Lifestyle. Now let's join Monty Walker in the Opposite Corner.
Joined here now with Matt Poe of Pottsboro. You're the son of legendary head coach Ron Poe of McKinney. What was that like growing up in that family?
It was great. You know, I came from 2 great parents. You know, my dad being the coach of McKinney for a long time, learned a lot from him. You know, he's definitely my mentor and learned a lot of my coaching style and knowledge of the game from him for sure.
You were the OC at Sherman for a while under Drew Young. How much did you learn while you were at Sherman?
I learned a ton. You know, I first went there coaching for Coach Ronnie Tibbs, and, you know, Coach Young got the job. He was our defense coordinator at the time, then got the head job, and they kept me on as offense coordinator and learned a lot. You know, we've adapted through the years as far as our offense goes, but the base that I learned there in Sherman has definitely helped me greatly.
You grabbed a lot of those Sherman guys off the staff and even some Van Alstyne guys. Started your own staff there in Pottsboro about 15 years ago. You've been there a long time. I would say the consistency probably plays a huge factor with those coaches that have been there for a while.
It does. You know, we've been fortunate enough to have some stability in our staff, you know, and it really helps to build that continuity with your kids, knowing who their coaches are going to be and working through the same system, you know, from 7th grade on up. Really helps our guys.
You were the head coach in Pottsboro when some of your players were born. It seems the kids in Pottsboro exit the womb knowing whether they're a slot or a corner. I guess that's a pretty good advantage to have.
It is a good advantage. You know, we see them from elementary school all the way up, and it's nice to see to kind of have an idea who the kids are. They get to know us, and we get to know them a little bit, and having them in camp and different things of that nature. So, you know, again, having that continuity in our coaching staff really helps that, and you know, our kids get bought in at an early age.
15 years at Pottsboro, that's a long time, but it's only half as long as your dad was at McKinney. What's the plan?
I guess stay here as long as they'll have me.
All right, Coach, I appreciate it.
The Opposite Corner is brought to you by Texas Bred Lifestyle. Show that you are Bulldog bred with one of our Howe Bulldog Bred custom hats. Visit Texas Bred Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company. NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. Today's Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor is brought to you by Quick Check Convenience Stores. Now let's join Monty Walker with the Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor.
Howe is 4-4 on games played on September 25th. The first game took place in 1970, and it was a 12-7 loss to Crandall. It eventually became the turning point in the greatest season in Bulldogs history. Howe fumbled at the goal line at Bulldog Stadium, preventing the win. The Bulldogs' other losses on this date came to Frisco in 1976, Whitewright in 1981, and Pottsboro in 2015. Howe's wins came on this date in 1987 at Anna, 1992 against Valley View, 1998 against Wolf City, and 2009 at Tom Bean. The Howe and Pottsboro matchup dates back to 1972, which is Pottsboro's first year of their football program. The first score of the series came on a Vincent Hash quarterback sneak. Hash then threw a touchdown pass to Dickie Thornhill and ran another sneak in as Howe took the game 21-0. The series was virtually even before the arrival of Cardinals head coach Matt Poe. Prior to his arrival, Pottsboro led the series with a 10-9-1 record, with Howe outscoring Pottsboro by 1 point, 294-293. But since the arrival of Poe, the Cardinals have won 11 of 12, including 9 straight. Howe's winless streak at Pottsboro is 7 games dating back to 1988. Pottsboro's offensive coordinator, Mark Towery, was once the Cardinals quarterback, and that year in 1989, Howe blanked the Birds 41-0 at Bulldog Stadium. Howe quarterback Jay Skipworth tossed 4 touchdown passes and threw for over 300 yards, as Howe racked up 477 total yards of offense. But it's been 10 years since Howe has beaten Pottsboro. In late October 2010, Howe's Chase Fountain and Company handed Pottsboro a 20-13 loss at Bulldog Stadium for the only defeat Howe's ever given to Matt Poe. This week's Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor is brought to you by Quick Check Convenience Stores, moving small towns forward. Family owned and operated in North Texas since 1977.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group and Dick & Broker for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
On the Howe Enterprise Sports webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs football. Today's scene setter is brought to you by Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, proud partner of Bulldogs Athletics.
The calendar has flipped to district, and 5-3A Division I is arguably the toughest district in the 3A state of Texas. And it begins tonight.
Spins out of a tackle. Here he goes to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Kiss him goodbye. The Bulldogs are on the board.
Under the bright lights of Friday night, two North Texas teams in an East Texas district battle for geographic supremacy as records are reset to 0.
He's going to be sacked. Back near midfield. He knocks down a defender. The ball's loose, and Howe has it at the 35-yard line.
Tonight, resilience gets tested with one eye of the East Texas sky surveying the premises. A dogfight with the Dirty Birds is kindling.
Haley looking that way, looking down the field, throws it across the middle, wide open. Thornton makes the catch at the 10, at the 5, down inside the 5-yard line.
Tonight, a significant underdog is still an attack dog. Can the dog shock both North and East Texas? We're about to find out.
The ball's on the turf. It's picked up by the Bulldogs. It's touchdown time in Texas. He broke 3 tackles on his way.
It's football time in Texas. It's the Howe Bulldogs at the Pottsboro Cardinals. Here we go, live from Pottsboro. This is Bulldogs football.
Today's scene setter is brought to you by Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, proud partner of Bulldogs Athletics. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. On the Howe Enterprise Sports webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs football. Football time in Texas is just moments away. Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
Well, here we are, Jim Henderson Stadium in Pottsboro. Sorry about that. And it's going to be one of those games where, you got a great team on one side of the field that went to the state championship game a year ago. Howe going through a youth movement and even calling up 2 freshmen and some other, 2 other players. And I tell you what, it's going to be one of those nights you want to get through it, and hopefully there's no injuries. But Howe still, even though they're an underdog, like we said in the pregame, they're still an attack dog. You want to win every game you're in, and Howe wants to make a good showing tonight with their plethora of freshmen and sophomores on the field tonight.
Well, Coach Jay talked about in the coaches show about wanting to improve each week. I feel like that they have. We saw a little bit of that against Sanger a couple weeks ago with their offense. Defense is still working, but yeah, each week you're bringing up a couple of new guys. Each week brought up 2 freshmen, and so you want no injuries tonight. You want to hope everybody comes back healthy and just have a good showing.
Well, the bad news tonight. Last week we talked about everything looked and felt just a little bit different because of Jalen Thornton and the electricity that he brings into the contest. And he will not be here tonight. Coach Jay was talking about in practice early in the week that they were running some things and everything was starting to click, and he mentioned something to his coaches, said, man, we're really starting to click now. And 3 plays later, Jalen turns his ankle and is out for the week. So it's just, it's one of those things where you just can't get any momentum. Something always happens.
Yeah, that one's going to sting there, but look at it as just an extra week for Jalen to get healthy, and hopefully he's ready to go by Winsboro next week.
Well, we do not have Caroline Slauson tonight. Unfortunately, she has a sick child, so she is home. But we do have a chance to talk for the first time tonight. A new sideline reporter, and he was here last year for the first time tonight.
There it is.
There it is. Carson Grogan.
What's up, Monty? How y'all doing?
We're good. Hey, tell us about the conditions out there.
Well, past couple weeks it's been hot, kind of humid on the field. Tonight it is cool, and there's a breeze from the south, so it's perfect for football weather.
All right. I think what we have seen also is a new scoreboard, brand new scoreboard, brand new end zone clocks, so play clocks. I think we heard about $100,000 was spent on all of that. So very impressive over here. A nice facility, all in all.
They do.
Let's go over the starting lineups. Your hit exterior starting lineups. I'll do Howe. And first of all, let's tell you about some roster changes before we do that. Called up this week, a new kicker for Howe, and he will wear the number 9. And that is Lorenzo Santoyo. He's a freshman. Called up last week is Wesley Inge. He's a junior. Also called up this week is Damius Wilson. He's a sophomore. Called up last week, Andrew Bertrand. He's a junior. Called up off the JV this week is sophomore Aiden Burris. He's a guard. And also called up is a freshman, Malin Walker. He's a guard and a nose guard. So that'll be the call-ups. On offense, the Howe Bulldogs will start Brantley Flynn at left tackle, Raul Hernandez at left guard, Jackson Adkins at center, Braden Wise at right guard, and Seth Key at right tackle. Jordan Jones will be split out wide. Ryan Huff is your tight end, and Austin Haley is the quarterback. Slot receiver tonight, Ethan Lopez. Your fullback is Carson Daniels, and your halfback with Jalen Thornton out is Bryce Crosby. That's your hit exterior starting offense for the Howe Bulldogs.
All right, let's go over the starting defense for Pottsboro. Starting on the defensive line, defensive ends are Silas Barr and Daniel Graham. At nose tackle is junior Kenny Morris.
Barr has already committed to the University of North Texas.
Oh, wow, okay. 6'5", 225-pound seniors, Barr. Middle linebackers, Landon Dunaway and Colton Cresswell. Outside linebackers are Jackson Lipscomb and Cole Bynum. At cornerback, Deonis Marina and Titus Lyons. At safeties, Tyler Ferris and Jake Kubik.
Your starting defense for Howe will be Andrew Bertrand, your defensive tackle. Your nose tackle, Jaron Grisham. And the other defensive tackle is Dakota Harrington. Your linebackers tonight, Bryce Crosby, Jackson Adkins, Carson Daniels, and the joker is Joey Heimel. Cornerbacks tonight, Jordan Jones and Caleb Warmond. And the safeties are Austin Haley and Matt Hayes. Haley made 10 tackles last week in his first ever action at safety in this season. Quite impressive.
Kid is just an athlete. The offensive line, left tackle is Andrew Papo. Left guard, Gage Golden. Center is Daniel Graham. At right guard is Landon Simpson. And at right tackle is Silas Barr. At receivers are Grayson Watson and Jake Kubik. At slot receiver is Jackson Lipscomb. At tight end is Titus Lyons. The starting running back is Cooper Townsley. And the guy that makes it all go is quarterback Braden Plyler.
Plyler is fun to watch. You almost, not almost. You just wish he was healthy all the time because he's actually so fun to watch. Not against your team, but he's just a great athlete. Yeah, that's your hit exterior starting lineup. Your hometown Howtown Roofing Company, roofing with the Bulldogs. Bulldog Pride, one shingle at a time. Now let's go over our opponent overview.
I would say it starts with, like I said earlier, Braden Plyler. I think he's the one that makes this thing, makes this go. They've got other weapons. They've got a big offensive line. They've got a big defensive line. They've just got big kids on that team. But Braden Plyler is the one that makes it go. Cooper Townsley is a halfback. Did not play the first week against Nevada Community. So they got some weapons on here. They're going to be hard to stop.
For the Howe Bulldogs, they've got to ground and pound. You got to wear out that clock, that brand new play clock they got over there. You're going to have to find a way to snap it at about 3 every time tonight. So that whether that means huddle up, I don't know what it means, but you can't go out there and snap it every play when it's at about 18. It's not one of those nights. Take as much time off the clock as you can and limit your exposure with Braden Plyler across the field. And that is your Howe Bulldogs. Well, first of all, we had the opponent overview, which was Don Smokehouse. And Don Smokehouse, the best jerky around, never using MSG, gluten, or dextrose, located in downtown Howe and donsmokehouse.com. Goodfellas Barbershop in downtown Howe is your Howe Bulldogs overview. Goodfellas Barbershop, specializing in all cuts and styles and straight razor shaves. Experience the old school feel at Goodfellas Barbershop in downtown Howe. We got a final thought before kickoff, so that is your Rapid Electric final thought. We'll start with you, Justin.
I think you talked about trying to stop Braden Plyler, kind of make things hard on him. Get the ball out of his hands, make the other guys beat you. Now they may beat you anyways, but at least get it out of the best team, the best player's hands. And as you talked about, keep drain this clock, keep that offense off the field as much as you can, and just kind of hope for no injuries.
Blizzard. Oh, hang on. My bad. There you go.
Don't let Pottsboro's offense get outside. Contain them. They have a whole lot of speed. Just keep them inside the tackles tonight on defense. Now on offense, you got to drain the clock and run the ball and pound it.
Carson Grogan, your final thought before kickoff.
Get out of this game healthy, Monty. Stay healthy.
I agree with that. Stay healthy. They got a lot more district games to go. This one's a big one, but you got to stay healthy. And they've already got a roster that's running thin anyway. My final thought, I'll expand upon that. Yes, you got to stay healthy, especially for one kid out there, number 78, who got called up as a freshman. I'll mention this one time because I was given explicit instructions from him to not say, "That's my boy."
He's not going to use his wristband or whatever the thing to cut off your mic.
So I don't want to embarrass him, but I do want to say I'm very proud of him. He's a freshman. He's a big kid. He's 265. He did get called up, Malin Walker, to varsity. So he'll be on the sidelines tonight. Don't know if he'll play, but I'm very proud of him, and that's all I will say. I'll get it out of the way in pregame, and that's it. As far as the final thought, Hal's going to have to just milk the clock. Keep it. They had a 7-minute drive 2 weeks ago against Sanger that lasted most of the first quarter, the end of the first quarter, into the second quarter. Just was the only bad thing was they didn't get points out of it. Right. You got to capitalize on that, but it's going to be more difficult tonight, obviously, without Jalen Thornton. But you've got to be able to, put together those drives of about 8, 9, 10, 11 plays and just chew up the clock as much as you can. And defensively, you got to put pressure on Plyler. And I know they're only running a 3-man front, but somehow those 3 guys have got to be able to get to Plyler and put some pressure on him, or he'll just pick you apart if he has time. And that's your Rapid Electric final thought. Rapid Electric, don't get shocked. Call them at 903-421-8100. We're a few minutes away from kickoff. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back right after this.
Justin, Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucksnort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
Hello, Howe Bulldogs. This is Coach Joey McQueen, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Vic and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask that you back the Dogs and become a member today. Go visit the Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Have a great year, Bulldogs.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Jim Henderson Stadium in Pottsboro. Monty Walker, along with the entire crew tonight, except for Caroline Slauson. We have Justin White, color analyst. We have Blake Burnett, the Blizzard, doing stats. We have Jake Roberts, who's running our highlights tonight. We have Carson Grogan, who is down on the sidelines. He'll be taking the place of Caroline, but he has a much cooler little intro, doesn't he?
I like that.
That's so cool. So, no bump tonight, but we have been rejected on the coin toss again this week.
Yes.
So
2 weeks in a row.
The official said, nope, you're not coming in here. So maybe it appears that may be something we do in 2021 as opposed to the rest of this year. But either way, the band is setting up on the track. Now, the band's not in the stands on either side. The Howe band is on this. Let's paint the picture for you. So this field runs north and south. We're on the west side of the field. The Howe bleachers are over there on the east side, obviously, and the band is on the south side of those bleachers. And they're setting up right now. So the Pottsboro band will be setting up on the south side on this west side of the field. And I think we're getting ready for are we having a coin toss? Are we having a ceremonial coin toss? What do we got going out there?
I don't know what that is right
There's
there.
TV crews and the officials are going to midfield, so maybe they're going to.
I think it's a photo op.
Oh, it's a photo op. Okay, of course. You got to do that, the officials. There's one guy trying to get there in time, but this field is artificial turf. It's been here for a very, very long time. They've just enhanced it over the years. It's got an 8-lane track. It's really nice. It's got just about everything you need. The press box, they're trying to redo it. They're in the middle of a remodel over here, not expanding it or anything, but a nice little setup that they have. New paneling. Last year we came over here and the walls were all ripped out. We were wondering what's going on, but they've kind of updated it a little bit. So Howe Bulldogs are going to be in white jerseys tonight with gray pants with the thick black stripe down the side of the gray pants. Those white jerseys have black numbers, and they're outlined in gray. And, of course, the traditional black helmets with a black face mask. Dogs in script on the right side of the helmet. The left side is blank, much like the Pittsburgh Steelers, which head coach Bill Jailing
likes to sneak that in there.
He loves the Steelers. He's a Pittsburgh guy, moved up there, spent a lot of his life in the Pittsburgh area. Matt Poe for the Pottsboro Cardinals, it's his 15th season here in Pottsboro. That's a long time.
It is.
However, it's only half as long as what his dad was at McKinney. Dad was there from 1971 to 2000. So Ron Poe, of course, the press box, not the press box, but the whole entire stadium is named after him in McKinney. Now, that's the older stadium. They haven't put his name on the new one. But Ron Poe, very legendary in McKinney, Texas with the Lions back in those days when they were a one high school town.
Did you get to broadcast any of those games? Or is that before your time?
Not his games. I did on the opposing sideline when we were doing Denison and Sherman games.
Gotcha.
He was on the sidelines there. So Matt Poe, 131 wins, 41 losses in his career, all of them right here in Pottsboro. He's got 8 district titles and 14 total in school history. So out of 14, he's got 8 of them. They started their program in 1972. He's 12-1 versus Howe. And the only loss came in 2010. That was a 20-13 win at Bulldogs Stadium back in October the 29th, 2010. And that's when Chase Fountain and company were just all over the field, and Alex Torres, and they ripped apart Pottsboro for a really good night there at Bulldog Stadium. As the Bulldogs make their way out onto the field, they're not going through the tunnel just yet. They're going to do some stretching. But
that's unbelievable. They haven't won here at Pottsboro since '88.
1988.
That's amazing.
I was a freshman. Do
you remember
the last time? Well, I remember parts of it. I remember a towel being waved over here by Rob Bose that had the entire crowd going. It was that was quite a moment. Rob Bose, those longtime Howe Bulldog fans will remember. Rob was about 5'0", and he ran what seemed like a 4.5. He only weighed probably about 155, 160 pounds, maybe at most. But he played like he was about, I don't know, maybe 6 foot, 230. He just played so much bigger than he was. He was on the kickoff team, and he would run down there as hard as he could, and it was going to be a blast when he hit somebody. I mean, it was much like Bill Bates back in the days.
Oh, yeah.
When his early Cowboys days, when he was on the kickoff team and stuff like that. Very much Rob Bose. So when you say 1988 here, Pottsboro, that's what I remember. And I believe it was a Stephen Hawthorne touchdown early in the game, and it was a Adam Coffey touchdown late in the game that won the game for Howe. But my gosh, that's been a long time ago. I was a freshman. That's the last time Howe's won a game right here at this stadium. So 5 different Howe head coaches have lost games here. So Bill Jailing's not alone, and we talked about that in the coaches show.
Yeah, and Matt Poe, with as long as he's been here, he has built a program here. They went to the state championship game last year, lost there, but have had been to playoffs several years, and he's just really built something special here at Pottsboro.
Well, the energy is starting to get up a little bit over here. Let's talk down on the sidelines once again with Carson Grogan. The teams have made it out onto the field, at least stretching. Is it elevated the temperature at all?
No, there's still a breeze, but you can tell these teams are raring to go. It's football time in Texas, Monty.
Football time in Texas. It's just about. We've got about 6.5 minutes on the clock anyway before kickoff. Now, again, Howe is a homecoming.
I was about to say we're.
So I don't think. I guess that's going to take place before the game because they've got everything set up on the track. Maybe not, but
unless it's halftime. I mean,
I guess it could be at half, but it's going to sit up there for quite a while, I guess.
Yeah.
So, almost every week is a homecoming queen and a homecoming king.
Hal's gonna see that here a few times. They already have this season. I think Bell said they were, and So yeah, they're gonna see that a few times here with the homecoming opponent.
Third time the train's gone by for here at Pottsboro, Jim Henderson Field. So Howe has a total of 36 on the roster now. That's a healthy number.
Yeah,
although 13 of them are underclassmen, freshmen or sophomores. And you've got 15 seniors. You only have 8 juniors on the roster. You've got 10 sophomores and 3 freshmen. And that's 13. That's a big, big number for a Class 3A football Division I at that, and especially when you're the smallest Division I team.
We're going to see, we've talked about the young ones that are coming up, and there's going to be some growing pains. I mean, each week is getting a little bit better, but it's still going to be a process, as Jason Garrett would say. It's still going to be a process.
Are you going to clap about that?
Yes, yeah.
It's a process. Hey, how about them Cowboys? Coaching change did wonders, right?
I did. That was I know.
Hey,
Miss Garrett.
I tell you what, that was just, to me, that was a typical win at AT&T Stadium for Mike McCarthy. He always wins like that.
Yes, it was typical Mike McCarthy win. Late, field goal every time.
At least this time he was on the Cowboys side of the thing.
Yes. So
he's always broken some hearts there.
Here come the Bulldogs. You hear the fight song from across the way. The Bulldogs, again, in white jerseys tonight. Gray pants with a thick black stripe down the side. And they will all head down to the south end zone, take their helmets off, take a knee, and give thanks. So the Pottsboro Cardinals now just about ready to come out of their tunnel. They've got the big cardinal head, Pottsboro Cardinals, on the black portion of the tunnel, as the train has gone by 3 times so far.
Blizzard said it was going to be probably 8 times it comes by. Almost halfway there.
Here comes Pottsboro. They're ready to run out. The Cardinals in red tops and white bottoms tonight with white helmets. And those red tops are red, aren't they?
Helmets look like the Arizona Cardinals almost.
So the new scoreboard has a little video graphics up there. It says "Make some noise," and it's got sponsorship right now. It's one of their bank sponsors, not one of ours. But out making, looks like they're going to do the coin toss, and the captains will be Raul Hernandez for Howe, and it will be Titus Lions for Pottsboro, and they'll meet at center court, if you will. 2 referees and 2 captains. So the officials tonight are out of the Dallas chapter. The referee is Guy Redfern, and the umpire is Donald Bradley Ellis. The head linesman is Jerry Gosser. The line judge is Paul Martin, and the back judge is Jeff Moody, again out of the Dallas chapter. Right now, Raul Hernandez is doing the talking. We normally have a mic in there, but thanks to COVID, we're not able to do some of that cool stuff. So it appears that Howe has... did they win, or did they just... They didn't say, they didn't pat anybody on the shoulder, but maybe...
The PA guy said they won. I'm not sure if they did or not, but either way, Howe gets the ball.
Howe will start with the football first. And we're just about ready for the national anthem here, as everybody turns and faces the flag. Flag at half-mast.
And it's football time in Texas, and these next 3.5 years are going to be fun.
3.5 years?
3.5 years.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. I was going to say, what are we saying here? Okay.
You know.
Yes.
We're just about underway, and Howe's going to receive the football first, and they'll be headed left to right, which is north to south. And I think, did Carson say there was a slight breeze?
I believe so. Coming in from the south, I think is what he said.
So doing the kicking chores, as always, for the Pottsboro Cardinals. And he's got a great leg. Jacob McDonald, he's a senior, thankfully. But he's got another McDonald coming up on JV, and he was a pretty good kicker last night as well. But Jacob McDonald would do the kicking for the Cardinals. And back deep for Howe, it appears will be Jordan Jones and Cooper Jones. No relation. And it appears that Matt Hayes is an up man. And also Caleb McNutt is an up man for Howe. So we're just about ready. The officials have blown the whistle. We're just waiting on the kicker now. And McDonald steps it off. He's about 8 yards away. Going to be kicking it to the north. Right-footed kicker. Walks to the ball, runs to the ball, kick is in the air. It's a long kick. It's going to go towards the end zone, hits it about the goal line, goes about 8 yards deep, and rolls and almost hits the pylon in the back left corner. And Howe will have the football first at their own 25-yard line to start this game.
All right, let's see what Austin Haley and company was able to do here with a week, well, 2 weeks really of preparation, extra week of preparation with the bye week from last week.
For the Bulldogs, you would hope, at least, with this high-powered Pottsboro offense, you would think, okay, let's control the clock here and let's see what happens. They'll start at their own 25-yard line. And Haley comes out on the gun. Jones split out wide to the right. He's the only receiver, 2 slots. This is going to be a handoff near side, and hitting the backfield is Crosby and driven backwards immediately, and that's going to be a loss on the play back to the 21-yard line. But there's a flag on the play. Let's check that.
Tell you what, they had about 4 or 5 men rushing there, and Cooper Townsley, who I believe was on our starting lineup, maybe playing linebacker possibly, came up there and made the tackle in the backfield.
Well, Pottsboro has the the district defensive lineman of the year in Silas Bard. And then when they flip sides, they've got the offensive lineman of the year in Dan Graham.
Looks like that penalty was on Pottsboro. I didn't see what the penalty was. Did you see what it was, Blizzard?
Hands to the face on number 54.
And that's Silas Barr, the defensive player of the year. Defensive lineman player of the year. 1st and 10 for Howe after the penalty. Will take it out to the 40-yard line. And this time Jones will split out wide to the left, and Huff is with him. Twins, and this will be a jet sweep. Crosby left side. He's going to gain a few and going to be tackled after about a 3 or 4 yard gain near midfield at the 44.
I like seeing that, getting Huff, getting some of his speed. We've seen his speed a couple of times this season, put him in motion. He missed the game against Sanger 2 weeks ago due to an injury, but good to see him back as he's able to get a 4 yard gain there.
Well, that was Crosby on the jet sweep, but Huff was split out wide with Jones. But you're right, Huff is a factor, big factor in this football game and any factor, or any game that he's in, and he'll come split out wide to the right this time. Jones split left, Huff split right. Crosby will be the slot this time. 1 man in the backfield along with Haley, and now Crosby goes in motion. They'll fake the handoff and give it to, or actually Haley will keep it and he'll get popped, and for a loss of 1 back to the 43-yard line.
Haley held on to that and I guess read the lineman and thought maybe he could keep it and find a hole, but that hole collapsed very quickly on Haley.
3rd down and 7 coming up for Howe. 20 on the play clock. Let's see where they snap it. Ball's at the 43-yard line, shy of midfield. They're still in a huddle. Play clock now at 11, 10. Jones goes out left and Huff down here at the bottom. Heading left to right from our vantage point.
Haley gets it. He's going to give it to Ethan Lopez, and he can't get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he does, just barely get back. They had great pressure up the middle on a stunt, and it's going to be 4th down.
Looks like maybe Jake Carroll, I believe that may have been. I think it was 2 or 3 Jackson Lipscomb, maybe Lipscomb, coming through there, knifed his way to the defense in the backfield, almost was right there for the handoff, and Lopez able to barely get back to the line of scrimmage.
9:38 on the clock here in the first. We're just underway. And Cooper Jones is going to stand at his own 33-yard line to punt this one away. Back to return the punt is Kubik. And it's going to be a high punt going left side, and it goes out of bounds. Pottsboro is going to have pretty good field position after about a 25-yard punt there. And they'll spot it, looks like, somewhere around the 33-yard line.
Well, the Bulldogs did what you kind of said they need to do is snap that clock with about 5 seconds to go, 6 seconds to go. You said 3, but about 5 or 6 is when they've been snapping it, so trying to bleed that clock a little bit.
9:16 on the clock as Pottsboro comes to the line of scrimmage on offense for the first time tonight. Moving right to left in their red tops, white numbers, white helmets with the Arizona Cardinal logo on their helmet. White pants, white socks. And Plyler for the first time tonight will take a snap and shotgun. It's a low snap. He digs it out. He wants to throw. He's kind of flushed out of the pocket. Has plenty of time now. Still rolling. And goes out of bounds after about a 4-yard pickup, but there's a flag down in the backfield. We'll have to check that.
Empty backfield. They deployed 5 receivers and just let them all go downfield. And Plyler took his time back there, and I'll tell you, you could tell he's comfortable with the ball as he rolled out, looked for somebody downfield, and then just went ahead and went out of bounds. The flag is probably going to be holding.
It is holding against Pottsboro. They'll back that one up. So we'll see where they spot it. They're going to place the ball at the 20. Is that right? No, the 23.
Yeah, 23.
So still first down. 1st and 20 now. 9:08 on the clock, just underway. This is the second snap for Pottsboro. Plyler looking for it. Waiting a long time. Finally gets it. He's going to hand off near side, and that's going to be a big gainer and a first down on the carry for Carroll. Jet Carroll gets the first carry of the night. And it's a pretty good one, a gain of about 21 near midfield up to the 44-yard line.
Carroll, one of their many weapons here. He's halfback and backup quarterback and able to go around the left side, get a first down. They're running. They're going to go fast here.
1st and 10. They're going quickly. A handoff again. Carroll, right side. And he's got a lot of room, and he has another first down. He's finally flipped down by Jordan Jones in Howe territory at the 36-yard line.
Same play, just different side. Went around the right tackle that time, around the edge there, and able to get a good healthy yardage, and they are again moving quickly here into Bulldog territory.
8:23 on the clock. Trips to the near side, heading right to left is Pottsboro. Plyler wants to throw, rolling right, looking for somewhere downfield. Finally heaves it across the middle and hit right at the first down marker. The catch is made and brought down immediately is the receiver, which is Lipscomb.
Man, Plyler just does a good job, has good pocket presence. Rolled to his right, looked downfield, just kind of took his time, and then just kind of dumped it off to his receiver there.
They're going to move the sticks, and Pottsboro's trying to call a play there, but they didn't move the sticks in time. Ball's at about the 27-yard line. Plyler with 3 receivers near side. He's going to look that way, screen pass near side. Grayson has the catch, and he's got the 10. And he's out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. That's Grayson Watson, the younger brother of Hunter Watson, who was the quarterback here several years ago.
I'll tell you what, that wide receiver screens, that Bulldogs probably had nightmares of that against Sanger a couple weeks ago.
Ball at the 5-yard line. 3 receivers now go to the right side. This is going to be a handoff, and met immediately at the line of scrimmage is Carroll. And he'll get maybe, well, I guess he'll get search forward maybe for a yard to the 4-yard line.
I believe that was Luke Jackson there to come in there and block up the hole there on Carroll.
4th play of the drive. Plyler always in the gun. 2 receivers to either side this time. And he's going to keep it around the right edge. Looking for a block. He's hit, driven, and down near the goal line at the 1. 7th play of the drive coming up from the 1. And it's going to be Plyler, you would imagine, trying to run this one across. 6:54 on the clock here in the first.
I'll tell you, the Bulldogs are not going to give them to him. They had 7 in the box. Plyler on that went around that right side on a quarterback keeper, and Austin Haley coming up and making a textbook tackle there right at his waist, bring him down.
3rd down and 1. Knocking on the door. Plyler, he's going to keep it right up the middle. Not even touched. Walk the dog. Touchdown, Pottsboro, 6-0. 6:33 on the clock here in the first.
It's going to be hard to stop that offensive line. They're a big line there, and got right behind the right guard, Landon Simpson, who paved his way in for Plyler to just walk in the end zone.
I think most people knew that was coming, but he went untouched. So now on for the PAT is McDonald. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick looks high, and it's true. And Pottsboro leads 7-0. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Welcome back. 6:33 on the clock here in the first. Let's give you your hit exterior scoring drive recap. It was 7 plays, 67 yards, capped off by a 1-yard touchdown by Plyler. It's 7-0 Pottsboro, and we're ready for the Tech Wave kickoff, the second one of the night. So Howe looking to do something on their second drive here coming up. McDonald's kick is a high one, looking for Jordan Jones, who's going to let it roll through the end zone, and Howe again will take it at their own 25-yard line. 6:33 is what's on the clock right now. Let's check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter, a different one tonight, Carson Grogan.
Well, Monty, the Bulldogs, I think, looked decent on that first drive. I mean, actually moved the ball, but you can tell Pottsboro, they're just built different. They're fast, and we're going to be having a hard time to keep up with them all night.
Howe at the 25-yard line, moving left to right, second possession. As Haley is in the pistol this time, one man behind him, and that's going to be Matt Hayes, who gets slung down in the backfield for a loss maybe of about 3 yards back to the 22-yard line.
There's the defensive player of the year you talked about with Barr coming in, and right there as soon as got the handoff there, he was able to bring him down behind the line of scrimmage.
So we want to say hello to Bob Sullins, who's in the same room with us. He was a longtime broadcaster for Sherman many years ago. He hired me back when I was 19 years old, so it's always a treat to get to come over here to Pottsboro and see Bob. He had COVID a few weeks ago, so be careful getting too close to him. He's healed now. Here's a pass out, screen pass, near side, and brought down immediately is Hayes. It's his first catch of the year, and that one is going to go backwards to about the 19-yard line. So Howe, after Carson Grogan said they did good going forward the last possession, have done nothing but go backwards on the first 2 plays here so far on their next possession.
Trying to go with the quick screen the right side, had a couple of blockers, but Pottsboro is just so fast and getting to the ball, they just kind of gang tackle. I mean, they do a very good job of pursuing.
5:21 on the clock, 11 on the play clock. As Howe's doing a pretty good job of managing that. They're going to snap it at about 5, 4, 43. And Haley rolls out left. Looks for somewhere to throw, and he throws across the middle, incomplete, trying to find a receiver over there, which I think that was Hayes out in the flats, and it's incomplete, and Howe's going to have to punt again. So Howe went backwards that time.
Got Haley to roll out to his left side there. He hadn't been getting a lot of protection there, even when running the ball, so they rolled him out there and tried to throw across his body there, but nobody able to kind of off target.
Clock has stopped right now at 5:05 after the incomplete pass. Cooper Jones stands inside his 10 to punt this one away. From the 9, he had a Pottsboro Cardinal right in his face, but he got it away. Taking it is Kubik at the 44-yard line. Stop, comes back across this way, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, runs into one of his players, breaks 4 tackles, and now he's finally brought down where he started at the 44-yard line.
Well, I think he ran 15, 20 yards to get one.
The good thing is he burned about a minute off the clock, it seemed, running back and forth there.
But good job there by the Bulldogs to keep him contained.
So Pottsboro will take over at the Howe 43 is where they'll officially say. And they'll be still moving right to left in their red tops, white helmets, white pants. 1st and 10. As Plyler is in the gun as always. 3 receivers come near side, 2 up top. Waiting for the snap, gets it, drops back 3 steps. Looks right, nothing there. Now he rolls out right, being chased down, and finally heaves it out of bounds. He had pressure from Dakota Harrington.
Good job there by the Bulldogs. They rushed 3 down linemen and just dropped back 8. And Carson Daniels was kind of almost a spy there, just kind of watching Plyler and staying with him. And when he saw the chance to pursue, him and Harrington able to close in and make him throw that ball away.
4:44 on the clock. It'll be 2nd down and 10. And now the 3 receivers go up top. 1 comes down at the bottom. 1 man in the backfield is Carroll. He stands to the left and he gets the handoff running right side. He's got a big lane. He bounces it out and has brought down a nice tackle on the edge by the outside linebacker there. And that's actually the safety, Matt Hayes, who brought him down. A minimal gain of about 1 or 2 there.
I'll tell you one thing I've been impressed with so far, Monty, is the tackling. The tackling's been pretty decent. That was a really good tackle.
That's a sophomore.
Yeah, we saw one by Austin Haley earlier.
That's a sophomore.
There's those young guys we're talking about that they're growing up literally before our eyes.
You have to grow up. I mean, you're on the field. It's either grow up or not play. It's 3rd down and 8. A lot of movement on the defensive front by Howe, and a screen pass near side. That's going to be caught by Kubik. Looking for a block, gets great block from the outside Watson, and he's got the end zone. 41 yards on the screen pass, and great blocking from his receivers. Scoot him on in down the sidelines.
Threw a little screen out there, yeah, and good blocking downfield, and Bulldogs just couldn't pursue in time. And they got the speed there by Kubik to get him into the end zone for their 2nd possession and 2nd time tonight.
So McDonald on for the PAT with 3:54 on the clock here in the 1st. Trying to add the 14th point to the total. It looks true. And it is. And Pottsboro takes a 14-0 lead here in the 1st at Jim Henderson Stadium. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group and Dick & Broker for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225. Welcome back.
It's 14-0.
here at Jim Henderson Stadium. Pottsboro has just extended the lead on a 3-play, 43-yard drive. That's your hit exterior scoring drive recap. And this kickoff's going to be taken by Cooper Jones at the 2-yard line, looking for near field, now right hash, and he's going to go down quickly inside the 15-yard line, maybe right at the 15. So Jones brought down hard at the 15, and Howe will have 85 to go on this third drive of the game for the Bulldogs.
Well,
that was your tech wave kickoff.
Offensively, Bulldogs back to the drawing board here. I mean, for one thing, they're going to have to get some blocking, better blocking up front. I mean, Silas Barr and the defensive line are living in the backfield right now. And maybe try to get the ball out quickly, maybe some slants across the middle. It seems like the screens around the ends are pretty heavily covered as well.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Howe from their own 15-yard line. And the freshman Malin Walker has checked in for the first time. And now we've got 2 guards, as Braden Wise is going to have to exit the field. And now here is a handoff and hitting the backfield, losing 3 more yards. I believe that is going to be Crosby again on the carry. So move it back again. They're going back. And we've seen this a lot so far in the first 3 games, and it's happening again. They'll actually give him a loss of 1 to the 14.
I tell you, this defensive line, they do a good job of as soon as the ball snapped, they just get off the ball so quickly.
So how do you watch the right guard ever play and do play-by-play? How does that work? Anybody know how to do that? Anybody have experience at that? 3:11 on the clock here in the first. We'll do the best we can. Austin Haley in the gun. 3 receivers to the left. Wants to throw a screen pass out. It's going to be caught, but he doesn't get the blockers that Pottsboro had a moment ago on their screen pass, and that one is good for maybe back to the line of scrimmage at the 14-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down.
Again, Langford, hadn't seen him a lot this season.
His first catch of the year for Cameron Langford.
A quick pass out to him, but again, the Cardinals are right there on that quick screen pass right there to bring him down.
2:39 on the clock. It's rolling. 19 on the play clock. They're going to try to bring it down a little bit. Again, 3rd down and 11 for Howe. 9 on the play clock. They're still in the huddle. 7. They're going to call timeout. If you're going to call timeout, let it get down to 1.
Yeah. You want to wait, let it get down to the end, but not to the very end, and then have to call a timeout.
So it'll be 3rd. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa. Those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Welcome back. 2:21 on the clock, and the Bulldogs back out on the field. Now the Cardinals run back out. 14-0, Pottsboro in the lead. And I got turned up again.
I'm not messing with it.
So Haley is going to be in the gun here by himself in the backfield. He's going to roll out right. A lot of room. And now he finally just dumps it out of bounds because he didn't have anybody to throw to. He had quite a bit of room out there. So the blocking held up, but on the backside, on the secondary side, it covered up all the receivers. So it's 4th down and 11.
Yeah, he had a little room, but I don't know if he had enough room for the first down. I wonder if he just didn't want to get hit
Not to
there.
run. He had enough room to throw.
Okay,
At least make a throw out there, but the receivers were covered up. Yeah, I don't think he could have run.
Yeah, he couldn't have made it there, and Haley just wanted to live to see another day there. So, but stopped the clock, unfortunately.
So this will be the 3rd punt for Cooper Jones, and it's a high wobbly kick, and it's going to go out of bounds somewhere near the 35-yard line in Howe territory. So Pottsboro again will have great field position to start their next drive with 2:08 on the clock here in the first.
So Pottsboro has started at their own 33, and they scored on a 1-yard touchdown by Plyler after a 7-play, 67-yard drive. And then they started at the Howe 43, and only took them 3 plays to score from there, and now start at the Howe 36. So they keep getting better each time. 1st and 10 for Pottsboro. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the right. 1 man in the backfield next to Plyler, who finally gets the snap, and he hands it off up the middle, and brought down pretty quickly that's going to be Carroll again. Brought down by a sophomore, Bryce Crosby.
Good job there by the linebackers there. I saw Bryce Crosby coming in, crashing in, and stopping that run from getting it nowhere, because they've been having some success on the run. They're pretty balanced on offense here. They can run or they pass the ball.
They'll send 2 receivers to either side this time. A lot of pressure showing, blitz showing from Howe. And Plyler rolls right, throws deep down the field. Got a man. It's going to be caught. Is it a touchdown? He's right at the front pylon. They're going to call him down, and that's Lyons on the catch in coverage against Jordan Jones. And it's just the size and speed of Titus Lyons, who was able to come down with that football. It wasn't bad coverage.
I was about to say, it was Jordan Jones right there, but I mean, he placed that perfectly, right over like the right shoulder, right there in his breadbasket, just in stride, right along the sideline. Great pass by Plyler.
34-yard gain, now at the 1. Plyler sends 3 receivers near side. He's going to hand off up the middle. Nothing doing there. Brought down at the line of scrimmage is Carroll. So Howe doing a pretty good job of stopping the run, and that was again Bryce Crosby on the stop.
Yeah, they've done a pretty decent job, especially on those interior runs there. Jackson Atkins able to shed his block and get a tackle, and they've got him and brought him and put him in third down situations, but they've been able to convert.
Twins to the right, 2 receivers not bunched together, but near side, and now a man in motion from left to right. Plyler is going to run back where he was to the left side, picking and choosing the lane. He just kind of dives over the pylon in the end zone. He just kind of jogged and then thought, I'm going to dive like Superman at the front near corner pylon, and he did. Touchdown Pottsboro for the 3rd time tonight on their 3rd drive.
Yeah, there wasn't much to that quarterback keeper. Around the left side. And and they had 4 Bulldogs coming at him, but he's like, I can get to the pylon faster than y'all get to me, and I'm going to add an exclamation point here and just dive into the end zone.
So McDonald on for the PAT. With 43 seconds remaining in the first, and this one also is true. So Howe is now finding themselves down 21-0 with 43 seconds remaining in the first. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
Corfit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. Corfit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At Corfit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. Corfit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Welcome back. Your hit exterior scoring drive recap was 4 plays, 36 yards for Pottsboro, and it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown by Plyler on the front near corner dive of the end zone. 21-0, Pottsboro leads with 43 seconds remaining in the first. Your Tech Wave kickoff is going to be taken by Jordan Jones up the right hash, breaks a shirt tackle, and now is finally brought down at the 20. So the Bulldogs will start there. Again, a long way to go, not winning the battle field advantage at all. Starting at their own 25, their own 25, their own 15, and now their own 20.
So they're averaging about the 20-yard line, give or take.
We were just about second quarter time in Texas. Already 21-0 Pottsboro. They're a really good football team. Howe's going to be moving left to right, 1st and 10. And Haley will be in the gun with Carson Daniels right behind him. So it's a pistol look. And Haley's going to keep it around the left edge, ducks behind Daniels for a little bit, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard.
So get a flag on the play there on that Austin Haley keeper.
I'll have to check and see. Carson, did you get a chance to look, see what that flag was?
It's a legal substitution against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're going to mark that illegal substitution. Go ahead, Blizzard.
Walk to the sideline.
What's that?
Austin Haley just went to the sideline.
So 21 seconds on the clock. And that's not good news as Haley goes to the sideline. So is it going to be Colby McNutt or Elo at quarterback?
McNutt came in, but...
So it is McNutt at quarterback. 2 receivers will come right side, actually 3, including the slot. Jordan Jones split out wide left. And Howe apparently is going to call a timeout, which may put Haley back into the game. Oh, that's the end of the first quarter. So the clock has expired on the first. We'll move on into the second. And we'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
Who, why, and how? Who are we? We're Pradera Mobile Home Community. Why live in Pradera? Because of Howe, Texas, that is. Howe is a small community with an outstanding school district and close proximity to all amenities you need. Pradera Mobile Home Community is tucked away between Highway 75 and Highway 5 near Bulldog Stadium. Our residents love that our community is so clean. They also love their 2 parks and their swimming pool. Pradera Mobile Home Community, 903-532-0014.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
Welcome back. We are, something sounded funny there. Okay, Monty Walker along with Justin White. We're back. It's the second quarter for Howe. And looks like McNutt is still in the game. Or no, is that Haley? Haley's back in the game at quarterback. Now they flip sides, going right to left, and Haley's going to keep it around the edge, left edge, and slung down at the 16. So that's going to be a loss of about 4.
We talked about wanting to stay free of injuries, and I tell you, Haley just gets hit pretty good each time. And of course, he went to the sideline. I don't know if that was it may have been just could have been anything, not necessarily an injury, but the one person you don't want to lose is your franchise quarterback, Austin Haley.
Yeah, no question. Did they put the tag on him this year?
Yes.
They did? Okay.
He's got 3 years left with it.
Okay. Huff split out wide right, and Haley is going to roll out near side. Looking downfield, Jordan Jones, one-on-one, steps out of bounds, makes the catch at the 41-yard line, and then falls down, and it comes out. But that one probably would have been overruled because he stepped out right before he caught it. I don't know that he knows that. He probably doesn't know that, but that was a pretty incomplete pass is what it amounts to.
Well, I'll tell you what, it rolled to his left, and he had some good protection out there, Haley did. And you talk about a Haley's Comet. I mean, he lofted that thing in the air and went 40 yards and hit Jordan Jones, just couldn't come down with it. Yeah, I didn't see him. He stepped out of bounds, but...
Yeah, they were a little pushing and shoving right there at the end, and his foot just stepped on the out-of-bounds marker, and he came back in and made the catch for just a moment. Haley in the pistol. He's going to roll out right this time, looking for a block. Gets one from Cooper Jones, and finally slings it, hurls it downfield. The fastball is incomplete as he was intended for Elo, and it's 4th down and Cooper Jones punt time again.
I tell you, they continue to roll Haley out to the left and the right side, and we see glimpses of that arm. And he hurled that one, made a quick one, just out of bounds there, intended for Elo.
So Cooper Jones again punting from inside his 10-yard line. I don't know if y'all had a chance to listen to the Battle of the Axe or watch the Axe.
I did a little bit last night.
One thing I noticed, there's a lot of cramps in that game. Here's the punt. We'll get back to that. It's going to be taken out of bounds by Lyons, who tried to field it at midfield, but he was about a yard out of bounds. So Pottsboro will take over right about midfield, 10:58 on the clock here in the second. And no, but there were so many cramps last night. And you know, it's not warm or really hot anymore. So, you know, what COVID may be teaching us, it's more about muscle fatigue and more about, you know, building those calf muscles up, and not so much the humidity and the heat that we all think.
A lot of conditioning, yes.
So 1st and 10, left to right goes Pottsboro. 2 receivers to either side. They're now heading south. Plyler in the gun. Bulldogs showing blitz. Handoff and trapped, finally brought down after about a 4-yard loss. And that's going to be the line. That's actually the safety, Matt Hayes, and the linebacker, Jackson Adkins, combining on that stop as Pottsboro crosses midfield into Howe territory at the 46-yard line.
Good job there by Hayes, who was playing up there almost at linebacker. He came there and made sure he brought him back inside.
Second down and about 6 right here. A lot of movement up front for Howe's defense. A pump by Plyler. He's going deep. Wide open is Kubik. Strolls in the end zone. Pottsboro's on the board again. That was fast. 44 yards. 47 yards.
Looks like Hayes was in coverage. I don't know if he thought he had help or what, but the receiver was 10, 15 yards behind Hayes there, and all he had to do was catch the ball and walk into the end zone.
So that'll change the scoreboard again. And McDonald's probably going to change it and update it one more time. 27-0, Pottsboro in the lead, awaiting this PAT. There's 10:15 on the clock here in the second. And the hold is good. The kick is high. The kick is good. So we have a new score in Pottsboro. It's 28-0. The Cardinals in the lead. We'll be right back right after this timeout. Justin, Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucksnort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
Hello, Howe Bulldogs.
This is Coach Jim Fryer, former Bulldog head coach and athletic director. Connie and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 80s. They supported all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and to become a member today.
This is Coach Jay. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
Howe on the Tech Wave kickoff. McDonald booted it high in the air. It landed at the 30-yard line, and it landed right in the lap of a Cardinal, Tyler Ferris, who picked it off the turf. Howe did not recover it, did not go up to make the catch. Instead, Ferris ended up with the football. A classic mistake, and this happened last night in the JV game.
I'll be honest, I was looking down there, but didn't see the play, but an extra possession for this Pottsboro Cardinal team, for a team that has not had to punt or anything and scored on every drive, it's not good.
So from the Howe 33-yard line, Plyler sends a man in motion from right to left, and now he wants to throw right side, deep down the field. That's Lyons, and he is close, and he's in. One play on the touchdown, 33 yards from Plyler to Titus Lyons. Jordan Jones in coverage, but they're just throwing it up for the big, tall receiver, and it's hard to defend.
Lyons standing at 6'3". Yeah, just good right there where he uses his athletic and tall frame to go up there and get it. And got a good jump there on Jordan Jones, and the Cardinals capitalize on the turnover by the Bulldogs.
So it's 34-0. And about to be 35, it appears. 10:08. That only took 7 seconds off the clock.
Wow.
Since the last time we were doing this. 35-0. We're going to take another quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Welcome back. There's 10:08 on the clock here in the second, and Pottsboro just scored again. They recovered their own kickoff, which was a high pooch kick, landed at the 33-yard line, and Tyler Ferris just picked it up off the turf to give them the ball. And one play later, on your hit exterior scoring drive recap, Plyler threw a jump ball to the big, tall receiver, Titus Lyons, who picked it out of the sky and went right to the end zone. And now it's 35-0, and we're ready for the Tech Wave kickoff. My, oh my.
Man.
They score fast.
Well, we knew it was going to be like this. It's just...
Well, it looks like they're lining up for the same type of kick. So here we are, a pooch kick. Fair catch called for by Colby McNutt. This time at the 29-yard line, and that's where Howe will start this next drive. So apparently he was coached up a little bit since the last time that happened. So the ball will be spotted at their own 28. Howe now moving right to left towards the north end zone. Let's check down with Carson Carson Grogan. We haven't done that in a while. What's it like over there?
For what the score is, Howe's their spirits are still high, and both teams I've noticed while standing out here, they are subbing in and out. Just like you said, Malin got in, Pottsboro's subbing a lot here in the first half, Monty.
Walker back into the game here at right guard. Here's a shotgun or pistol look. It's going to be a handoff to Crosby again. Net in the backfield, and this is going to be a loss of about maybe 3 or 4 yards, maybe 4. Back to the 25. So a loss of 3, actually.
Good job there by, I think, Jackson Lipscomb on that end.
And on stop for the Cardinals.
So 9:47. Go ahead.
I would say over there battling with Seth Key, I believe, over that right tackle, and able to clog up things there back there for Crosby. You said, was that the Crosby got the run?
Yes.
And we got different backs in there. We had Crosby. We see Daniels, Hayes.
And I believe now, is that Cooper Jones or is that Crosby? That's still Crosby.
Still Crosby.
Now he'll motion out of the backfield and want the swing pass. He gets it, looking for a block. He got a block initially, but a great play was made because the block was not finished off. It was a great initial block by Elo, but an even better defensive play by Cole Bynum to fight through it and ended up making the tackle.
It looked like it had two Bulldogs there blocked Bynum there. Bynum did a good job of recovering from the block and able to take down Crosby.
So it's 3rd down and long. 8:50 on the clock here in the second. Howe trails 35-0. And Haley in the gun with a man next to him. 2 receivers near side. Now Crosby goes in motion. He gets it on the jet sweep. Looking right. Trying to turn the corner and slam down hard.
Man.
And Crosby may be down for a while. He was really slammed down hard. This is going to be official timeout
as he rolled over and called for the trainer. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this. Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
Crosby is still down on the far side. Ricky Ake in his 32nd year at Howe's tending to him. There's 8:30 on the clock here in the second as Pottsboro is leading 35-0. And the sophomore makes it to his feet, and he'll walk off to the side. It's 4th down for Howe, another punting situation for Cooper Jones, the freshman.
Jones is getting a good leg workout here with all these punts. Is his 5th punt?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th punt of the night for Cooper Jones, the freshman. It's 4th and 17 for Howe. And again, most of his punts have been where his heels are inside the 10-yard line, this time at the 12. And he punts it away, a high kick, and probably his best kick of the night. It's going to be fair catch called for at the 49-yard line on the Pottsboro side of the field.
Ball's going to be spotted after Cardinal 49.
So Pottsboro will have 8:16 on the clock when they begin this drive here, moving left to right.
And as of right now, looks like Braden Plowler is still in the game right now.
How are we'll check with the Blizzard and see if Howe's offensive stats, and I don't think they're going to look very good. We'll check and see where they might be here in a moment after this play. 1st and 10, left to right goes Pottsboro, as Plyler still in the game. They send 3 receivers here near side, moving left to right, and 1 up top.
Delay game.
Yeah, the clock did their $100,000 scoreboard and new play clocks went to 0. So they'll have to back that one up. They'll spot it at the 44 now. 1st and 15 for Pottsboro as they start this drive. 6 yards shy of midfield. This is going to be a handoff and a new back end for the first time tonight. And he'll sling forward for about 10 of those yards. And on the carry, it appears Mason McBride, their freshman, is into the game.
They're not taking their foot off the gas either here.
So Plyler still in the gun. Howe shows movement up front. He runs up to the line of scrimmage, changes the plays. 2 receiver either side. Howe showing blitz. Plyler is going to hand off again. That's McBride again, and he falls down, or he would have had a lot of room to run. He would have had the first down by quite a bit, but he slipped down right on the edge of the P, which is about the 41-yard line, 42-yard line, just shy of the first down.
Yeah, I guess the slickness of the turf helped the Bulldogs there, because he probably would have gone to pay dirt on that one, right up the middle.
So it's 3rd down and 1 for the Cardinals. Plyler will hand off again to McBride, right side, and he's hit hard at the 40-yard line. It's going to be enough for a first, but he was pounded.
I believe that was Joey Heimel who had him. Colby Taylor, I believe that was Taylor. I stopped him, and then Heimel was able to just pummel him in the back.
He went to the turf in a hurry.
That was Taylor who held him up, and then Heimel, finished him off.
So it's a 2-yard gain, but enough for a first down. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Plyler in the gun. 12 seconds on the play clock. 6:41 on the game clock. Plyler's going to roll out left, looking down the field. Now stops. Comes back near side. Flag down. He's going to run. And he slides down at the 36-yard line. We'll check the flag, which is in the backfield. We never did check with Blizzard about the Howe offense. What do you got for us?
Howe has -9 rushing yards and -1 passing yards so far tonight.
That's pretty ugly.
About as ugly as it can get.
Well, there was a Van Alstyne game a couple years ago.
Yeah, that was probably the worst one I can ever recall. Is that the season finale of the 2018 season was probably the worst.
I remember that game quite well.
So you said Plyler's up to 150 yards passing for Pottsboro, right?
189 with 3 touchdowns, and he has 2 rushing touchdowns as well.
Well, good news for Howe is that penalty was against Pottsboro, which will back them up to their own 45-yard line. So it's 4th and 25. No, it's not 4th. It's 1st, right?
I believe it's 1st, yes. Yeah.
Plyler wants to throw deep down the field. Somebody ran the wrong route. The wrong route. And I believe it was Kubik who looked back, and now the coaches are kind of nodding. He's nodding at the coaches, so a little miscommunication there. It's 2nd down and 25 for the Cardinals.
Like for the Cardinals, the Bulldog wasn't playing back there in safety. Could have maybe possibly picked that one off.
Only the 2nd incomplete pass tonight for Plyler.
Andrew Bertrand checks in for Dakota Harrington. It's 2nd down and 25. Little swing pass out, and this is going to be caught. Lots of room on that left side, and finally Colby Taylor brings him down, but not after a good pickup of about 15 or 16 yards back into Howe territory at the 39.
A quick pass over the left side. Cameron Langford trying to come around this block, just over pursued, and then receiver able to split the defenders there and get a good gain, almost backed up to the original line of scrimmage.
5:42 and rolling here in the second quarter. It's 3rd down and 9 for the Cardinals. A man in motion comes from left to right, and Plyler wants to throw. Looks deep down the field, middle of the field. Got a man wide open, caught at the 2, strolls in for the touchdown. Cameron Langford was in coverage, but the pass was complete to the wide receiver Jude Bentley, and the score has been extended 41-0.
Just got behind the coverage and lofted that one up, and all Bentley had to do was just kind of run under it. He had good protection when he rolled out, and the Cardinals show they can run or pass the ball, and they've was the 4th touchdown of the night for passing for Plyler.
Lipscomb to hold. And McDonald's kick to put the exclamation point is good. It's 42-0 here at Pottsboro, and there's 5:27 left to go in the second. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company. NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle. NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dicken Broker, for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Welcome back. We're just about ready for the Tech Wave kickoff. It is 42-0. There's 5:27 left to go in the third. We'll recap it right after this Tech Wave kickoff. McDonald is going to pooch kick it out to the other side, and running up under it, this is going to be trouble. And again, Pottsboro is going to come up with the football, I believe. It's on the far side. Or did Howe come up with it? The same situation as a moment ago. And still no signal. And now Now they say Cardinals have recovered. So Pottsboro has done it to both sides. The pooch kick has not been recovered by Howe on both sides.
Wow.
I think they might spend some time on that and practice next week.
Definitely.
Yikes.
Me too.
Yikes. So Pottsboro's going to have the ball again, and again at the 33-yard line. That's where they had it the last time. 5:27 on the clock, just extra possessions by Pottsboro. Play clock down to 12 as they run back out on the field. Same situation. Didn't they have a delay of game the last time that happened?
Yep.
3, 2, 1 to snap it, and here's a handoff to McBride again, and he's looking for somewhere to go, and a flag is down, and he's brought down about the 17-yard line. That's not McBride. That's a new running back into the game, which is Colin Branch. So a flag is close to the line of scrimmage, maybe about where the linebackers are. We'll have to check, see what it is. Your hit exterior scoring drive recap was 5 plays for Pottsboro, 51 yards on the drive. It was capped off by a 39-yard touchdown from Plyler to Jude Bentley. Was that 39 or 61?
39 yards.
39 yards. I had it mismarked.
Personal foul.
So a personal foul against Pottsboro here, and a chop block
Against the Cardinals.
is going to be called against Pottsboro. So that'll back it up to the 41.
The only thing Pottsboro negative you could say is they've had some penalties tonight. They probably need to clean up.
Penalty's going to go all the way back.
Other than that, they played a pretty much perfect game.
It's going to be first down and long.
So they'll be at the Howe 41-yard line. Moving left to right. 42 points in their back pocket, and they're going to throw the swing pass out again. And that's going to be caught. And I believe that's Langford who brings him down at the 39-yard line. Is that Langford?
That was Langford.
So there's another flag down. We'll check with our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Carson Grogan. There's a lot of flags going on. Do you know what that one is?
Yeah, that's going to be a holding on Pottsboro, and Cameron Langford was the one getting held. He did not make that tackle.
Okay. So another flag will push it back a little bit further. The clock is at 4:59 currently, and still first down, and the ball will go back to the 49-yard line. So in the Howe territory, just on the Howe side of the midfield stripe. 4:52, now it's rolling. Play clock at 15. Pottsboro taking their time with 2 receivers to the right and 2 receivers to the left. 1 man in the backfield along with Plyler, who's in the gun. Branch will stand just to the left of him. Now Plyler wants to throw, looking left, throws. It's in and out of the hands of Branch, who came out of the backfield into the flats, and it just went right through his hands.
I'll tell you, good protection there for Plyler. I mean, there was only rushing 3 for the Bulldogs, and they just couldn't get any kind of pressure to make Plyler uncomfortable, and Plyler showing he's human there, and those went a little off target. And stops the clock.
2nd down and 30, 4:32. Get that thing going. Come on. 2nd and 30 for Pottsboro. Plyler, a low snap, digs it out, hands off. Branch coming near side, looks for a block, gets a great block from Daniel Graham. And finally making the tackle is Austin Haley at the 35-yard line.
You call it Daniel Graham pulling there from the center position, and he was just looking for somebody to block. But good thing for the Cardinals, they already had their blocks downfield, and Bulldogs finally able to get to him, but not before he makes this least manageable for Pottsboro.
Yeah, it was a 2nd down and 30, now 3rd and 13, and hey,
that's nothing to Plyler and the Cardinal squad.
So 3 receivers to the left side. And another low snap. Plyler fakes right, now rolls right and just heaves it out of bounds. And the coaching staff of Pottsboro is looking for a late hit on Plyler, and they're not going to get it. I mean, the coaching staff is hot. They're really upset. As Plyler to Howe's credit, he ran all the way out of bounds. He had 3 guys chasing him, and he threw it when he barely stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, that was Colby Taylor who kind of tackled him at the last minute, and the officials are conferring now. I wonder if they're going to throw a late flag. Well, no, they're not. I thought maybe something would come out, and Coach Poe is making his feelings known here to the officials.
It's 4th down and 13 now, and you might have just ticked Matt Poe off. He might just throw a deep bomb around you right
he
here.
May just throw a Haley's Comet here, go throw long, and see if Titus Lyons or one of his receivers can go up and get it.
Well, Lyons is into the game. He split out wide to the right. And Plyler on 4th and 13 is going to probably hammer this one on down. 2 receivers either side. Plyler with his feet on the 40-yard line. Drops back 3 steps, looks Lyons. He's flushed out of the pocket, now rolling left, looking for somewhere to go. All kinds of time. He dumps it out, and it's going to be caught right at the marker. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
I believe that's going to be a first down, and it was caught by the receiver, Griffin Conklin. And they'll move the sticks by a yard, barely by a yard.
And I think they wanted to go to Lyons. Lyons was running a post route, but Bulldogs got a little bit of pressure and made Plyler move out of the pocket there, and on the run there, off balance, was able just to find the receiver there who just got enough. They had was a 3rd 13. They needed and got maybe 14.
Ball at the 21. And yeah, you're right. Another low snap. This is going to be a handoff to Branch again, right up the middle, and he's brought down at about the 16-yard line.
A run up the gut. We haven't seen a whole lot of interior runs. Mostly they've been kind of outside with pulling guards and pulling centers, but the time we were right up the middle, and Colby Taylor met him there about 5 yards downfield.
2:37 on the clock right before the half. Plyler is going to hand off right side and brought down after pretty quickly by Luke Jackson, his Branch, right about the 15-yard line. So a gain of 1 as we're near the 2-minute mark here in the second half.
There's a 3rd down opportunity to convert here for the Cardinals.
3rd and 3. And Plyler barks the signals at the center, maybe changing the play right here. Branch stands to his right. Plyler pumps left, flushed out of the pocket, rolling right. Headed for the end zone is Titus Lyons out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. A little bit too high and out of the back of the end zone.
I'll tell you what, if he would have kind of kept that, brought that down just a little bit, I think it would Lyons probably could have got up there and snagged it out of the air, because he had a step on the defenders for Howe.
1:51 on the clock. Seen the first time action for the freshman nose guard coming in on this series.
All right.
I want to give Luke Jackson credit on that last play for chasing Plyler to the sideline.
Ball spotted at the 22-yard line, so a 33-yard field goal attempt for McDonald. And the hold is good. The kick is high. It's long enough, and it's good. So McDonald nails a 32-yard field goal to extend the lead to 45-0 over Howe. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa. Those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Welcome back. 45-0 our score here in Pottsboro. The Cardinals in the lead. Our hit exterior scoring drive recap 8 plays, 30 yards for the Cardinals, and capped off by a 32-yard field goal by Jacob McDonald. And we're ready for the Tech Wave kickoff as McDonald glides to the ball, and this is a long kick again. This is going to go to the 10, taken by Jordan Jones. Coming near side, looking for a block. Escapes one defender. It's got the 30. It's got a seam at the 40. Look out, 45, and finally slung down end over end by the kicker near midfield. And Howe, for the first time, will have decent field position in this game, right at midfield.
That was exciting there. I think what helped was that Jordan was able to get that on the run.
A little bit of momentum
there, and able to, before they shed their blocks there, and able to find him a seam, and they got through a tackle there and was able to weave his way to midfield.
So 1:24 left to go before the half. And here come the Bulldogs. They're headed right to left towards the north end zone. 22 on the play clock, 1st and 10 from midfield. Haley in the gun, and I think he has Cooper Jones standing next to him with 2 receivers flanked either side. As Haley, flag down, throws it to Jones, gets a great block from Cooper Jones, but is hit hard. I mean hammered down by Silas Barr. And I mean hammered down.
I think Jordan Jones would agree with you because he's slow to get up. Silas Barr hit him from behind on that quick screen pass, and Jordan Jones is seeing stars.
He is up. There's a false start against Howe. They're going to back it up. And Jones is going back to the huddle, but he took a pop. Woo!
And you can hear the Pottsboro crowd do the ooh.
Yeah, that was ooh, all right. 45-yard line is where they'll spot the ball for Howe, as it'll still be first down after the flag, but now back in their own territory.
Well, the question is, you got 1:19 left. You're down 45-0. We talked about bleeding the clock, but you got the best field position of the night. Do you still try to score here?
Well, the clock is rolling right now at 1:09. And Haley's in the gun. We'll see what they do. This is a big indicator right here. This is a handoff to Matthew Hayes. I think that's Hayes, who gets back to the line of scrimmage. And it is Hayes. So it'll be second down, and Howe appears comfortable with just letting this thing run out, and I don't blame him. It's 45-0 Pottsboro, and we're headed to the half. As Jordan Jones checked out that last play, but he's checking right back in.
It'll be time for one more play before the end of the half.
There's 16 on the play clock. There's 32 on the game clock. It's second down and 15 for Howe. Haley stands in the gun. And a high snap, but he wants to throw a screen pass out. It's caught, that's almost intercepted. It went right through the hands of his receiver, which was Matthew Hayes, I believe. And that ball, when it went right through his hands, I thought was going to be picked off.
I thought on the carom there, on the ricochet, I thought it was going to go right in the hands of a Cardinal defender too. But Haley put some mustard on that thing too when he passed it over to Hayes.
Here's the bad news.
The clock stopped.
The clock stopped at 22. And it's third down, though. I mean, you can run the ball here and kill it. And I don't know if Pottsboro wants to call all their timeouts or not. That would be something. I think that happened last year, if I remember right.
That may get things to be a little chippy if he does that.
Haley in the pistol. Has Daniels behind him. Now he wants to throw down the field. It's going to be caught by Jones, and he's brought down hard again. But the ball is resting at the 47-yard line inside Pottsboro territory. So some positive yardage there for Howe, but that's going to be the end of the first half. And it was all Pottsboro. It was a lot of Howe punts and a lot of Pottsboro touchdowns.
It was pretty much what we envisioned here. The Pottsboro Cardinal offense. What they did too was they got a couple extra possessions out of some Bulldog turnovers here. Something you didn't want to do was give them extra possessions, but they can run the ball, they can pass the ball. Plyler is as advertised, and you just kind of hope this second half just goes quickly.
Well, we're at the half. It's 45-0, and we have some halftime interviews for you. We have our student athlete of the week, senior student athlete of the week, which is Noah Campbell, and then we'll have the employee of the week of the ISD, which is Clay Wilson. And we've got that coming up for you. We'll be right back right after this. Justin, Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucksnort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
This is Coach Davey Dubose, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Jody and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletics, girls and boys, middle school and high school. Good luck to all the Howe teams in the coming school year.
This is Coach Jay. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and become a member today. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa. Those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show. Today's Senior Student Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew. Now let's join Monty Walker with the Senior Student Athlete of the Week.
This week we're joined with Noah Campbell, who's a senior basketball player. You got here in elementary school. What was it like changing schools?
It was different because I started growing up in the city, down in McKinney. It was kind of bigger, and just moving down here, it was kind of awkward, just being like one of the only city boys out here. And so yeah, it was kind of different, but I liked moving to a smaller town. It helped me fit in more.
Your mom was an excellent basketball player here in Howe in the mid-1980s. And how much has she influenced your basketball game? And your dad has also coached you a lot in your teams. So talk about that.
Well, yeah, my mom's definitely been probably a really big influence on, just growing up with a basketball in my hand, and just, yeah, they've been coaching me on my entire life, just coaching me after every varsity game too, just telling me what I need to do better, what I did wrong, how I can improve. Just they look out for me on and off the court, and that's been a big thing for basketball for me.
You've got a new basketball coach this year, Jay Forsyth. What are your thoughts about him?
I like him. He's really hard. He's a really hard coach. He works us a lot. He knows the ins and outs of everything. He's been walking us through a bunch of new stuff, like a new offense, and he really does care. And I think he's a real game changer for us this year.
What kind of season are you expecting this year?
Honestly, I think this year is going to be one that's really going to surprise everybody in our district, just everybody in this county. I think we're really going to shock most of the people, and I don't think they're ready for what's going to come at us, because I think this year, even though the past 2 years we kind of we had a little struggling point, I think we're going to pull through this year and do really good.
You're the second player who has said that. You're known for your competitive spirit on the floor. Where does that come from?
That probably comes from, having just a whole basketball family. We kind of just grow up, and we've always been competitive. We always want to do really well. We're just growing up having sports, wanting to win, and probably mainly comes from my mom, because she's always writing me about that. So that's probably mostly where it comes from.
Older brother, he's playing basketball at Monmouth College. Is that the route you want to go?
Yes, that's what I plan on doing. I've been focusing a lot on that, really wanting to play in college, and that's a big part of what I want to do in the future.
played football a year ago, cross country a year ago. Not doing that this year. Why?
It wasn't something that I really enjoyed as much, and I can focus more on improving over this year, just trying to improve on every aspect of, education, trying to get my academics up. Meanwhile, just playing basketball, trying to get better, just improve my overall games for the season coming up.
Little brother, you got older brother who's a college basketball player, little brother who looks like a cross-country star and a really good basketball player himself. Who is the better Campbell of the group?
Well, if we're going to be honest, if we're talking basketball-wise, definitely me. But, me. But other than that, Jacob's always been a decent football player. He's always been better than probably both of us, me and Elijah both. And obviously he's better than us at cross-country because, we always finish last. And then he's over here finishing first in his meets and stuff. Overall, probably Jacob, but basketball-wise, definitely me.
All right, that's Noah Campbell, our Senior Athlete of the Week. The Athlete of the Week is brought to you by attorney Kimberly Killebrew. If you have legal needs regarding custody, child support, or divorce, call attorney Kimberly Killebrew at 214-432-1595.
Today's Senior Student Athlete of the Week is brought to you by family attorney Kimberly Killebrew. You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dicken Broker, for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show. Today's Howe ISD Employee Spotlight is brought to you by Wildcat Welding. Now let's join Caroline Slauson with today's Howe ISD Employee Spotlight.
Hey guys, welcome back. It is Caroline here with our Howe ISD Spotlight Employee of the Week. And today I'm with the Howe Middle School principal and my boss, Mr. Clay Wilson. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Pretty good. So I don't know if people know this about you, but you have a radio voice, which you're not going to show us.
I will show you at some point in this interview.
Okay, so just prepare yourself. And you tend to give me radio gold drops. That's right. Throughout the week. Don't know if anyone knows that about you, but all my witty comments are usually from Clay Wilson. So just keep that in mind if you're out listening.
Well, I'll try to keep those coming.
Yeah, keep them coming.
All right.
But that does lead me to my first question. How long have you been in education?
It's a great question. 24 24 years.
24 years, okay. And so had you not, because I told you one time that I think you missed your calling radio. Many people probably think are happy.
Or TV broadcasting, or commercials, or...
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Entertainment.
Pro football player.
You miss your calling to entertainment. But seriously, if you had not done education, what do you think you would have done?
That is a great question, because when I enrolled at OU way back in 1991, I was an accounting pre-law major.
Really?
And my dad was an accountant for years and years at Conoco up in Oklahoma. And so I was accounting pre-law, and I realized my freshman year that I've always had this passion for history, and I enjoyed working with different kids and in different, church or whatever, and so I started to go that path into education, and so that was a pretty easy switch, and I felt good about that ever since. I got into administration pretty quick. I was.
Oh, really? So you didn't teach very long.
5 years, and then
so you've been in administration for a long time.
I've been in administration for a long time. So if I would be a pro golfer, because I would do really well with that.
Yeah.
I do well with playing really nice golf courses, and people pay me a lot of money to do that. So that's probably what I would do if I weren't in education.
That's actually a very good answer. But okay, so side note, because this isn't what I have written down. Now you have a goal of, what is it, playing at a golf course in every state?
Every state.
And you have 2 more to go?
Oh, no.
A lot more to go.
Right.
Oh, so,
I've got a lot more to go. I haven't been able to play much golf in the last 10 years, 15 years.
I thought you were about to say 6 months. I was like, I wonder why.
But this summer I did get Missouri out of the way, and about 3 years ago, I'm looking at the map on the wall, but I've got a colored map on the wall, but about 3 years ago I got Louisiana and Mississippi out of the way. So
and you, obviously people can't see this map, but you've played Alaska.
I played Alaska. I played golf in Alaska.
That's crazy.
And it was not the nicest course, but it was really cool. There's a glacier, and you can see bald eagles everywhere.
Whoa.
And I birdied the last hole. They give you a set of clubs that's all mixed matched, and the golf balls are just old and dirty, and you just walk the course, but you're in Alaska, and it's really cool. So
very cool.
I do have that.
Well, okay, so now you, the interviews I've been doing, obviously I've been talking to principals, and I talked to Kevin Wilson, and we've been talking about COVID, because obviously that's a big thing happening this year. And for you,
I've heard of that.
Have you?
Yeah. So
your family has actually been hit with COVID in your home, and glad to have you back, by the way. But you guys got a lot of support from the community. Can you talk about how that support meant to your family and your kids and your wife who teaches too?
Right. So we got that news that Friday. I guess it was the Friday before school started, and we just had to pretty much drop what we were doing and go home. And that was horrible. Just the timing of it. Yeah. My wife being a second grade teacher and not being able to be there and meet her kids, and it was bad. But we had people immediately asking us, we had people do grocery runs. After being in the house for about 10 days, we were tired of eating our home cooked stuff. So we somebody went and got us Panda Express, and that was a huge. Never been so happy to have Panda Express. But there, people. I had a friend. As a doctor, and he was checking in on us, and that was nice. But we had people just whatever we needed. One of my friends went and got the zinc and the vitamin C we needed, and all that. So it was. We had a lot of support, and we were very thankful for that.
Yeah, I think y'all are really the only people that I know who's had it, and it just kind of hit me that
we felt very special.
Yeah,
it was miserable, but I wouldn't wish that. And that's the bad thing about COVID is not just if you get it, but if you're exposed to it,
you can't go
going home for 2 weeks.
Yeah, you can't.
And that's what the kids, and that's why we push the mask so much at school. Is the more people wear masks, the fewer people we have to quarantine if somebody is. So the fewer people we have to send home, the better. Because we all want to stay in school. That's what we want.
Yeah. So the first 6 weeks is obviously coming to an end here pretty quick. What advice do you have for remote students staying on top of their assignments, how to work that at home?
Right. So I think just going back to my own personal experience, when I was a junior in college at OU, this is right when the internet was being not invented, but it was before the internet was open to the general public. We had correspondence classes, and this isn't so I did it at my apartment in Norman. But one thing that would help me get through that is set a schedule, and that's important. And I stuck to that schedule, and then I set goals and dates for myself to make sure I got things done. So, for a remote learner at home, I think it's important to have a firm start time. And you can schedule breaks through the day or whatever, but I think it's important to have a set schedule that you stick to. There needs to be some flexibility just to manage, issues that might come up with assignments, but I think it's important to have that schedule and stick to it. It's important to have a quiet place at home, a designated place where you're at a table or whatever, and that's so that your mind knows that when you're in that space at that time that you're automatically that is your school.
Yeah.
And so I think those two things are the most important.
Yeah. A lot of self-discipline.
Yes.
So, okay, rapid fire, the fun stuff. I'm just going to shoot off two things and just whatever comes to your head. Would you rather take a trip on a submarine or a space shuttle?
Oh, definitely a space shuttle.
Really?
I'm not into the closed tight places like that. I'm not generally claustrophobic, but I'm not thinking that. I think the space shuttle would be the way. I've always liked space travel.
Side note, I don't know if you have Netflix, but the Challenger Final Flight, it's really good.
I was at home. I was a 7th grader.
And you're at home?
And my science project was the space agency of NASA, and I was at home working on that I was sick that day. And so I stayed home, and it was on CNN, so I was going to get to watch it.
Yeah.
And I remember watching that with my mom, and her reaction was like, this is not normal.
Yeah.
And so it was, I watched CNN the rest of that day.
I bet. Well, I could go on. But anyway, okay. So would you rather lose your sense of smell or your sense of taste?
Smell.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some funky smells up here.
I was about to say. Disney or Marvel movies?
Oh. That's tough because Star Wars is technically Disney.
Mm-hmm. Well, I threw it in there.
So I have to go with Disney, but I do like the Marvel movies quite a bit. More than DC.
Yeah, over quarantine.
Except for Shazam, because Shazam is my favorite name to give at a restaurant when I go and they ask for a name for the order. I like to.
No, you do.
Shazam.
That is so good. That's so good. Okay, hamburger or hot dog?
Hamburger.
The Empire Strikes Back or The Last Jedi?
So The Empire Strikes Back is my favorite movie of all time.
Oh.
Which is in the movie theaters this weekend.
Oh, okay.
For the 40th anniversary. So that's an
giveaway.
Easy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did you say The Last Jedi?
Yeah.
Oh. That's like the best and the worst.
Is it?
Yes.
I have zero idea.
Sorry to the people out there that like the new ones, but yeah, it's
So
like the best and the worst.
I have zero idea about these movies.
I'm sorry.
Star Wars. And so I just went with two. I was like, hopefully. And then finally, OU or KU?
So, oh man, that's tough. I wouldn't trade my college experience for anything. I met my wife there. But when it comes to college sports, Kansas basketball is where my heart is at. And so that's tough. Obviously, during football season, there's more going on in Norman than in Lawrence.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
it's 50,
I'll give you a split answer.
Okay, depends on the sports season.
Right.
All right, well, that's it. I really appreciate it. Oh, wait. Can you do your radio voice for us?
So, welcome to Pottsboro, Texas tonight. We've got the Howe Bulldogs and the Pottsboro Cardinals, and it looks like we're going to try to suit up Monty Walker Monty Walker, who has been in high school for the past 30 years, is going to go out and make his appearance playing defensive tackle and really give those Cardinals the what for tonight. So be looking for Monty out there on the football field, folks. Have a good night.
Today's Howe ISD Employee Spotlight is brought to you by Wildcat Welding. You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
Corfit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. Corfit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At Corfit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. Corfit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Who, why, and how? Who are we? We're Pradera Mobile Home Community. Why live in Pradera? Because of Howe, Texas, that is. Howe is a small community with an outstanding school district and close proximity to all amenities you need. Pradera Mobile Home Community is tucked away between Highway 75 and Highway 5 near Bulldog Stadium. Our residents love that our community is so clean. They also love their 2 parks and their swimming pool. Pradera Mobile Home Community, 903-532-0014.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout's limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit 1 offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show.
Welcome back. It is halftime. And the Blizzard is getting ready for some stats. Blizzard, go ahead.
We'll start with the Pottsboro stats tonight as Braden Plyler, he makes the show go for Pottsboro, is 10 of 14 for 256 yards passing with 4 touchdowns. Touchdown passes of 3 yards, 47, 38, and 39 yards tonight. Titus Lyons, the leading receiver for Pottsboro, 2 catches for 68 yards and a touchdown. Grayson Watson adds 1 catch for 19 yards. Jackson Lipscomb, 1 catch for 9 yards. Jake Kubiak, 2 catches for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jude Bentley, 2 catches for 54 yards. And Griffin Conklin, 1 catch for 13 yards for Pottsboro tonight. Rushing for Pottsboro, Braden Plyler has both rushing touchdowns. He has 3 carries for 7 yards. Jet Carroll's their leading yards man with 7 carries for 48 yards. Major McBride, 3 carries for 15 yards. And Colin Branch, 3 carries for 21 yards. Defense for the Bulldogs, they are led by Austin Haley with 5 tackles. Bryce Crosby, 2. Jackson Atkins, 3. Luke Jackson, 4. Dakota Harrington, 1. Colby Taylor, 2. Wesley Ing, 3. And Matt Hayes with 2. We'll jump into the Bulldogs stats now. Running the ball for the Bulldogs, Matt Hayes, 2 carries for -3. Bryce Crosby, 4 for -10. Ethan Lopez, 1 carry for 1 yard. Austin Haley, 2 carries for 1 yard. Passing tonight for the Bulldogs, Austin Haley is 3 of 8 for 9 yards. With completions to Jordan Jones for 10, Matt Hayes 1 for -2, and Bryce Crosby 1 for -1. On defense for Pottsboro, Silas Barr has 3 tackles, Cole Bynum 2, Tyler Ferris 3, Jackson Lipscomb 3, and Cooper Townsley with 2.
I think one of the most important stats you might start keeping is Cooper Jones and his punts. You know, what's his punting average? He's
been on the field a lot, kicking the ball tonight.
The freshman Cooper Jones.
I do want to give one more play. The big play for the Bulldogs in the first half was the 50-yard kickoff return Jordan Jones had.
That was a good special teams play that set up the Bulldogs in good field position for the only time of the first half. So thank you, Blizzard. Appreciate that. We're at the Legend Bank halftime show. We'll be right back right after this. Timeout.
Who, why?
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs. Justin, Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucksnort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Welcome back. It's 45-0. We're at the half. And Titus Lyons is the homecoming king. I didn't catch who the queen was, but we know the football players really well, so it was pretty easy to tell that Mr. Lyons having quite the night on the field and during halftime as well. Let's go over some scores. Justin White.
All right. Again, with the Bulldogs of Pottsboro, here it's 45-0. District starts this week. Let's start with the Commerce, who's playing at Bonham. That's at 29-0 at the half. Commerce leads Bonham. Range trails Mount Vernon 24-7. Mount Vernon ranked number 9 in the state of Texas. 3 top 10 teams in District 5 that are ranked in the top 10 in Mount Vernon, Winsboro, and Pottsboro. Winsboro, as I said, number 10. They're trailing 20-6. That's in the third quarter to Mineola. And, of course, Howe's trailing 45-0 to Pottsboro. Around the area, we got Era leading Electra 20-14. That's in the fourth quarter. Ponder trailing Whitesboro 10-6 in the close one in the third. S&S, who's having a decent year, they're trailing now 17-0 to Blue Ridge. Number 4 ranked Lindsay up on Collinsville 36-20. That's at the half. Gunner 31-0 over Whitewright. Bells, who the Bulldogs faced earlier this season, they're up big on Leonard 28-0. That's in the third quarter. And then Van Alstyne up 21-14 over Farmersville. That is at the half. And then last night with the Battle of the Axe, Denison takes it again, beating Sherman 41-23.
Well, the teams are back on the field stretching, so we're going to take another quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
Hello, Howe Bulldogs. This is Coach Joey McQueen, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Vicky and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask that you back the Dogs and become a member today. Go visit the Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Have a great year, Bulldogs.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Welcome back. We're at Jim Henderson Memorial Stadium in Pottsboro. Monty Walker along with Justin White and the Blizzard, Blake Burnett, as cousin Chris Jones walks by up here for Pottsboro. It's in the, I think he's the clock operator. We may have to interview him.
We'll make the clock go faster.
Listen, cousin, are you the clock operator? Okay, so you're going to have to tune that thing up and just let it go. There you go.
I was just telling everybody in the press booth we're going to be a little friendly with the clock. And
we're not going to stop it on every little thing.
All right, there you go. We got a little family, little family home cooking right there.
All right, a little inside info there.
Yeah, all right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Jones. Let's see. Pottsboro is doing some stretching. Howe's about ready to run through the tunnel. 45-0. You want to talk about that one? I guess we haven't even recapped it. Now, I know we're not going to do highlights because we ran a little long, but let's recap the first half for you. Howe took the ball to begin the game and quickly had to punt. Pottsboro on their first possession went 7 plays, 67 yards, and scored on a 1-yard touchdown by Plyler, made it 7-0. And then Howe had to punt it again. Pottsboro capped off a 3-play, 43-yard drive with a Plyler to Kubik 41-yard touchdown pass to make it 14-0. Here comes Howe out of the tunnel. And where was I at? Kubik scored 14-0. Howe punted. Pottsboro scored on a 4-play, 36-yard drive to make it 21-0 with 43 seconds left in the first. And then they kicked off. They were able to recover their own kickoff, got the ball back. 46-yard touchdown, 2 plays, 49 yards, 28-0. And then they did it again. They got their own kickoff again. And this time 1 play, 33 yards. It was a touchdown from Plyler to Lyons. And that was 35-0. Howe punted again. Pottsboro got it and went 5 plays, 51 yards, and a Plyler to Bentley made it 42-0 with 5:27 remaining in the second. And then Pottsboro got it back and went 8 plays, 30 yards, and made it 45-0 when McDonald kicked a 32-yard field goal. And we're all up to date. Here we are. We're caught up. And now we're headed to the third quarter. And now Howe's going to have to kick off to begin action. So Pottsboro will start with the ball first, we presume. And one of the new freshmen called up is Lorenzo Santoyo, and he'll boot the Tech Wave kickoff.
Yeah, we haven't get to see Santoyo tonight because the Bulldogs have not had an opportunity to have to kick an extra point or a kickoff. So his first varsity action here tonight.
We're hearing that Jaron Grisham may be out. And if he is, that's bad news for Howe because they've got to replace him with a freshman, 265-pound freshman that likes video games a lot. I could tell you probably a whole lot about him, but that's not good news when your starting nose guard goes out and you have to replace him with a freshman. I don't care who the freshman is. And here's the Tech Wave kickoff. It's in the air. It's going to be taken at the 14-yard line by an up man near side. Now he's looking for the right hash. That's Kubik. And he's got the left hash. Now back to the middle of the field. He's got a seam. Look out, 50, 45, and he's down at 30. He's got a lane to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. I thought I saw a flag, and there is a flag down. That'll wipe off the touchdown, one would imagine, to start the second half. A flag is laying down at the 42-yard line, shy of midfield.
Boy, that saves the Bulldogs there because Kubik went left, found nothing there, was able to break off an arm tackle and then reverse field the other way and then found a seam, and Bulldogs just avoid one there. They dodge a bullet. And so it looks like I didn't see what the penalty was, if it'll be a holding, but they'll place it at about the 42-yard line.
So the Bulldogs, Jaron Grisham is not out there to start the second half, so the freshman is out there. 11:40, we're just underway here in the third quarter. And this is going to back Pottsboro all the way back to their 32-yard line after the penalty. So by far, they're starting the worst field position of the night for the Cardinals. So is that a new quarterback in? It is a new quarterback. Let me figure out who that is. And this is going to be a bobbled snap on a handoff, trying to find the left side on the jet sweep, and he's going to be brought down after about a 2-yard gain. Did you find the quarterback?
I believe that's number 15. Is that Jude Bentley?
If it's 15, that is Bentley. And I believe
it's 16, and we don't have a...
Oh, that is Halen Flanagan into the game. Flanagan got called up today. He's a sophomore. So about a 3-yard gain. It's second down and 8. They'll spot it at the 35. So second down, here's Flanagan wanting to run around the left edge, and he is corralled and tackled at the 40, a gain of about 5.
Number 16, Halen Flanagan on the carry.
Flanagan shows some quick feet there and able to turn his way for a few yards and makes a 3rd and short.
Yeah, new players into the game. No Titus Lyons, no Braden Plyler. Kubik is still in the game as a slot. And I believe the running back is Cooper Townsley. So it's 3rd down and short, and Townsley is going to get the carry here around the right side. Being chased down and is going to be slung out of bounds, but I don't think it's going to be shy of the first down. I think he's going to get the first down, and he does. So they'll move the sticks.
Good job there by Townsley. He tried to get around the corner there and had to break it a little bit more outside and just able to barely get it as he ran out of bounds, able to get an extra yard.
Silas Barr still into the game. The offensive line are still in the game. But it's 1st and 10, ball at the 44-yard line. Pottsboro moving left to right. And this is going to be Flanagan rolling to the right side, being chased down and flushed out. And knocked out of bounds by Adkins and company just past midfield at the 48-yard line in Howe territory.
Well, let's get a chance for the Cardinals to kind of see, who their backup quarterback is be. Looked like it was Jed Carroll on our depth chart. And Plyler, who missed the first half of last week's game. I'm not sure if Carroll played the first half or not. But again, a chance for the Cardinals to kind of test out some quarterbacks here.
2nd down and 2. And here's a quick pass out. And a nice job by Kobe McNutt on the screen pass on the far side to jump the route and brought down the receiver Watson immediately.
Good job. Yes, good job there by McNutt. Shedding his block. A tackle there too, because he misses that tackle and the receiver's got a lot of real estate in front of him.
It'll be a couple of yards lost back to the midfield stripe. So 3rd down and about 4 here for Pottsboro. Moving left to right towards the train that's going by that I'm sure you can hear because it's very loud. Man goes in motion. And Flanagan is going to roll around the left side, trying to get the outside, and he does. He's got a 1st down and more, and is going to be brought down by Colby Taylor, or did Colby Taylor just take the hit? But regardless, the ball is down to the 35-yard line, and Pottsboro moves the sticks. About a 15-yard run for Flanagan, who got called up.
I'll tell you, Flanagan is not very big, but he is fast. He gets around that corner, and he delivered a shot at the end there on Taylor. Made Taylor pay for tackling him.
It's 1st down and 10 for Pottsboro, left to right, 8:06. Again, Jaron Grisham out of the game. Malin Walker into the game at nose guard for this entire second half, it appears, and came in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10, and now moving over is a new running back, which I believe is Branch, and the freshman was able to be called offsides. They drew him off, or did they call a timeout?
Called timeout.
Well, it's a good thing because the freshman went across the line there.
I saw him move, and I thought, well, maybe he got pulled off, but luckily they called a timeout.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this. Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Welcome back. Team's coming back out on the field. 45-0. Pottsboro in the lead. There's 7:50 on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. We'll check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter here momentarily as that keeps getting turned up. So it is Flanagan again in the quarterback position. And he will roll out right, looking down the field. He had a lot of pressure in his face, and the pressure caused him to throw the ball away. And it's incomplete.
That was Colby Taylor coming in there, playing linebacker on the rush, came unimpeded and able to throw the timing off on Flanagan, and even kind of knocked him down a little bit, made him uncomfortable.
So now it'll be 2nd down and 10 as they've moved over. They've moved Luke Jackson and Dakota Arrington, and also Bertrand into the game on the defensive line. Howe showing blitz, 2nd down and 10. And this is going to be a handoff on the right side and knocked down pretty quickly as the running back, which is Branch, and he might have gained 1 or 2 to about the 34-yard line.
Again, that's Colby Taylor coming in there, interior line there, and able to get a paw on who'd you say, Townsley? Or who'd you say, Townsley? Branch. Able to just get a hand on his knee there to slow him down and bring him down.
7:08 on the clock. Again, Pottsboro with a new, fresh set of skill players into the game. Offensive line still the same. Man goes in motion, and Flanagan's going to roll right, wanting to throw down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Kubik, but Howe had pretty good coverage, and he just split his wide receivers. It was not real close to either one of them, but Kubik was the closest. And it'll be 4th down for Pottsboro. Is that the first 4th down we've seen tonight, Blizzard?
That may be.
And they kicked the field goal. It was 4th down.
Oh, that's correct. That's true.
Right.
That's true.
And looks like they're going to go for this. It's in
4th
that
down
territory.
And 8, and apparently they are going to go for it. So Flanagan in the gun. Branch to his right. Man goes in motion is Kubik. And Flanagan wants to throw deep down the field. And he's got a wide open receiver. And Jordan Jones makes a nice play to break it up. Jones didn't turn around. He just put his hands up, and luckily the ball went off his helmet.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I kept thinking, like, come on, turn around, Jordan, turn around. But luckily able to just get some kind of body part in the way of the receiver.
And luckily there was not any contact.
Yes.
Because the receiver, had a step on him, and that was Bentley. Let's check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Carson Grogan. Carson, are you down there? Uh-oh. We need the snore sound. What we need there. Yeah. So Howe's going to take over at their own 34-yard line with 6:38 left to go in the 3rd. And this is going to be a handoff. No, this is going to be Haley keeping it, and he's going to gain maybe back to the line of scrimmage as the jet sweep looked like it might have been the better option right there as Jones was shot out of a cannon from left to right, but Haley decided to keep it, and no gain brings up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, the jet sweep had some life to it, and Haley, again, 45-0. Haley still in the game there and running. That's something you necessarily want to see, but if the play calls for it, you just kind of hope that he can do this without getting injured.
So he'll step back and say something to Cooper Jones, who's in the game. And Haley's going to follow him, and he's going to be slung down again. This is going to be a loss this time, as Haley has nowhere to go when he tries to run the football. Ball spotted at the 33, a loss of 1. And all of a sudden, it's 3rd down and 11, 5:40 on the clock.
Looks like they tried to get 51, Braden Wise, pulling from his guard position and blocking, and they were able to get in the backfield pretty quickly and make this a 3rd and long.
3rd down and 11.
So clock rolls at 5:24. It's 45-0. We're in the 3rd. And my cousin Chris Jones said they're trying to roll this clock. So
he's not lying.
Let's see.
5-10.
Haley in the pistol. He'll turn, he'll hand Jordan Jones a little seam. He shakes out of a defender, a little quick, nifty moves, and he'll go out of bounds at the 37-yard line, gain of about 3 or 4 yard line, but you need that kind of quickness.
I tell you, we saw that a couple of weeks ago or 3 weeks ago in Bells. He had a run for about 4 yards. He looked like 4 or 5 yards. It looked like he had some speed and some wiggle to him, and we hadn't seen him since. And I wonder why we don't try to get the ball to him again.
Well,
or get to him more.
Yeah, it's 4th down and 6. You'd love to see a situation where Jones and Thornton are on the field at the same time.
Absolutely.
I mean, wouldn't that be something? 4th down, and Howe's going to go for it on a 4th and 6 call. This will be a handoff to Jones coming near side, and this time he has nowhere to go, and he's slung backwards. That's going to be a loss, and Pottsboro is going to have great field position. I hear whistles, but I don't see any flags.
No flags. I thought there was almost going to be a face mask.
They called the face mask.
Did they call it? Okay.
Yeah.
So a face mask is going to give Howe a first down.
Oh,
here.
wow.
Carson, are you down there? Still no. I love that. 4:17 on the clock, and it appears Howe's going to get a new set of downs. Is Silas Barr still into the game? Man, he's a big kid.
He is.
He looks like a 6A player.
And you just think if he goes to UNT and goes to UNT and gets in their weight program, how much bigger he'd be.
Yeah, he's already committed to UNT, and boy, does he look the part. He is a big kid, 6'5", 230.
And he's not the only one. Pottsboro has something. They've always got some big kids, some big linemen.
Yeah, something in that lake water, right?
And it really is. Yes, what Jay said.
Yeah. All right, 4:14 as the clock rolls here in the third. 45-0. A new set of downs for Howe. Haley is going to turn and hand. Now he wants to roll out and throw. He has Carson Daniels in the flat. Daniels breaks a tackle and is good for about 7 or 8 yards as he slides out of bounds just past the 40-yard line at about the 38. That's a nice play.
Good job there by Haley. He had some time and then able to get to Daniels. And Daniels able to get upfield.
Knocked out of bounds by number
and maybe you got to try to do that more. Some more bootlegs, more fakes.
Going to bring up 2nd down and 2.
Could try to go down to Carson again.
Well, you know what? I'm going to blame that on me. Okay. All right, 3rd down. No, this is 2nd and 2. And Haley's flushed out of the pocket, rolls out right, being chased, and now just heaves it out of bounds and is knocked down right after he throws it. No flag. But, and he gets up limping a little bit. That's not good, and he runs back out on the field. So Haley is not doing wonderful out there. He's limping just a little bit. Now, the Carson Grogan thing and the snore, let me tell you something. That's my fault.
We got to take that back.
I had him on mute.
We got to take
I totally take it back, Carson. Totally. So, sorry, Night Furniture. Our sideline guy wasn't napping. I just had his mic turned off. Sorry about that. So, ball at the 38-yard line after the incomplete pass by Haley. It's 3rd down and 2. Haley's going to hand off up the middle, and that's Carson Daniels, who surged forward close to a first down. And I'm not sure he made it. He was really close to it before he was driven backwards. And it's 4th down, and that may have been Cooper Jones on the carry.
Kind of a short yard situation.
It was
right up the middle, yeah. And
so it's going to be real close to a first down.
I think he's going to be. I think they're calling it short. I hadn't seen a movie yet.
Wow, that's close. Well,
it's almost like just give it to him.
Apparently,
they are going to give it to
now
him.
They're going to move the sticks. So it's 1st down and 10 at the 37. And a high snap, but brought down by Haley, and a handoff left side to Matthew Hayes, I believe, in the backfield, and it is. And he'll gain a couple up to the 35.
Get to Hayes, trying to get him running downhill.
Are we to a point where we've got positive yardage in the game yet? Are we getting close, Bliss?
I think we were. I think at one point at the end of the first half we did. Howe did.
Yes, we are at positive yards now.
Okay, that's good. Do we mark that as a highlight? I'm kidding. 2:03 on the clock here in the second. 2nd down and 8. As Haley is in the pistol with Daniels right behind him, and Jordan Jones dots the I. A little trap play inside, and boy, knocked backwards and nothing doing for Howe as the running back, or actually that was Elo coming across, and he ran into Silas Barr, and he is hurt. And he took a pop, and he's holding his left arm, and I'm hoping we see Elo again tonight. He immediately got up holding his left arm.
Yeah, there was a lot of movement there, a lot of looks like we got timeout.
Timeout on the field.
We're going to take a quick one. We'll be right back right after this.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company. NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle. NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
1:26 on the clock here in the third. It's third down and 10. Haley rolls out right, wanting to throw, and he's got a man. It's in and out of his hands. Colby Taylor had the ball, was just right above his helmet, and he couldn't bring it in. It would have been about an 8-yard gain had he brought it in and just turned around and fell down. It might have been 9, but it's going to be 4th and 10.
Definitely a catchable ball for Taylor, but not able to bring it in.
So the Bulldogs are going to go for it again on 4th and 10. They're at the Pottsboro 37-yard line, so not terrible field position if they're not able to bring it in. Elo not back on the field just yet. And Haley empty backfield. And he rolls that right, pressure in his face and from behind, and the blitz on the backside got him. And Haley is brought down at the 45-yard line, and Pottsboro will take over there, headed left to right, with 1:12 left to go here in the third.
The play was going right, and Bynum came from that backside. He came pretty much unblocked, or if he was blocked, it wasn't very well. And he came and Haley just had to get down as soon as he came around and brought it back behind the line of scrimmage.
We've had 2 back-to-back 10-play drives for each team, but no points out of either one here in the second half.
Defense is showing up in the second half.
So Pottsboro will move left to right here from their own 45. And this is going to be a handoff up the middle, not much doing there, spinning, and down is, I believe that is the ball carrier, Colin Branch, and he'll gain maybe about 2 yards there. They'll spot it at the 47. The third quarter is winding down. We're under a minute now, and the clock is running. And Pottsboro has 22 seconds on the play clock. We'll see how long they let that one run down. There's 17 right now. But again, Halen Flanagan in the game, and he's going to throw a screen pass near side, which is caught in a great defensive play made by Jordan Jones, as he was right there on the spot as Griffin Conklin made the catch, and Jones was right there to bring him down immediately.
They had 2 receivers out there and 3 Bulldogs, and so somebody was going to come loose. That was Jordan Jones, able to get the tackle there behind the line of scrimmage. And it looks like that may be the last play of the third quarter.
There's 8 seconds on the game clock, and there's not a lot of pep in the step of the Cardinals to get up there and snap it. That's going to be it. We are headed to the fourth quarter here in Pottsboro, Texas. No points on the board there in the third. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
This is Coach Davey Dubose, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Jody and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletics, girls and boys, middle school and high school. Good luck to all the Howe teams in the coming school year.
This is Coach Jay. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and become a member today. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dicken Broker, for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Welcome back. It is 3rd and 10 for the Cardinals. Now we flip sides. The Reds going right to left. And Flanagan throwing it deep down the field. And a little bit of contact there from Cameron Langford on the wide receiver, which was intended, I believe that was Bentley. Was it Bentley? No, it was not Bentley. It was Montana Reynolds was the intended receiver. But Langford didn't turn around, but the ball hit him. Same thing close to what happened to Jones earlier. 4th down and 10, 11:51 on the clock. Flanagan's just going to run with it this time, trying to find the near side, trying to find the corner. Has the corner, has a first down and more. Knocked out of bounds by Austin Haley at about the 29-yard line.
I tell you, he gets that ball, and he goes around that left side, and the Bulldogs, I don't think, wanted to over-pursue, and just able to just get upfield and just use some of that speed that he has. He's pretty quick there in the backfield.
So 1st and 10 for Pottsboro, right to left, 11:17 on the clock. And it's still rolling. Flanagan, a high snap, brings it down, hands it off to Branch, looking for somewhere to go, and it's finally going to be brought down by Caleb. Which McNutt is it?
Caleb McNutt.
Caleb. Our apologies to the McNutt family. We've been calling him Colby the whole time. I coached Colby in baseball earlier this year, so I've got that on my brain. So it's Caleb McNutt. Sorry about that. Sorry to Caleb, most of all, being called your little brother. I know that's not any fun. 2nd down and 6 for Pottsboro, right to left, 10:40 on the clock. 3 receivers right side. Flanagan into the game at quarterback again. And he's going to hand off to Branch. Branch is met right at the line of scrimmage, brought down by Colby Taylor, among others, and a dog pile. And maybe forward progress might have got him back to the line of scrimmage, which was the 31-yard line, but he didn't go very far.
Colby Taylor, I tell you, he's had a really good second half here. He's been in on a lot of tackles. Is it still, was this still the first team offensive line at least? I believe so.
Yeah, it is. It sure is.
I know the other skill positions are the 2s, but still got the 1s here on the offensive line.
The front line for Howe is Bertrand, Luke Jackson, and Dakota Harrington. Again, Jaron Grisham out of the game with an injury. And this is going to be Flanagan running around the left edge, and he fights through a couple of defenders. Actually, he doesn't have to fight. He just runs around them on his way to the 17-yard line, close to another first down, just shy of it.
And Flanagan, as small as he is, he's not afraid of contact. He's willing to lower his shoulder there at the end of runs.
17-yard line.
So it'll be 2nd down and about 1 for Pottsboro.
Going to bring up 2nd down. And
9:26 on the clock left to go in the game. And it is the 4th quarter. I got to change the scoreboard. And here's Flanagan wanting to run again over left side. And he escapes the defender on his way for a touchdown. He's in the end zone. And Flanagan adds our first second half points.
I think it's come to the point of the game where the Bulldogs, I think, are just tired. I think they're just, they just didn't seem quick on that last play. Didn't seem to, I won't say they quit, but I think they're just tired right now.
Well, it's 51-0 at the moment, with McDonald about to add the PAT. And Lipscomb is to hold, with Lyons to snap. And they've been true all night long. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And there's the exclamation point. 52-0 here in the 4th. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh my goodness. Well, If you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Welcome back. 9:09 left to go in the game. Howe trails 52-0. It was a 7-play, 55-yard drive for Pottsboro, and they hit exterior scoring drive recap. Ready for the Tech Wave kickoff right now. It was a 17-yard run by Halen Flanagan for the score, and this one is going to go in the end zone about halfway deep for a touchback, and Howe will take it at their own 25 with 9:09 left to go in the game. Let's check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter Carson Grogan. Sorry about the mic earlier. Sorry about that.
You got me now?
Gotcha.
All right, just a quick injury report. You talked about Ethan Lopez coming out of the game. He's back in. I'm pretty sure he just dealt with a stinger. Jaron Grisham is not playing the second half. He is icing his knee, so we'll have to look further into that.
All right, thank you very much.
Go, Carson.
Again, we can't speculate on any injuries because UIL will not allow that, obviously. And so we don't know, but 8:51 on the clock, and Haley's still in the game at quarterback. Howe at their own 25-yard line. Haley's going to roll out left, looking for somewhere to go. Chased down and brought down hard around the backside. And on the tackle is Jet Carroll from the Cardinals, and that'll be a loss. And you wonder, how long can Haley stay in the game here?
I was about to say,
he's just taking a beating game after game after game.
In a game that's out of hand, Jet Carroll, came in there and he showed off his Jets. I mean, he came full force on basically the backside of Austin Haley and just drove him to the ground. And Austin Haley is still in there.
That's a 8-yard loss back to the 17-yard line. Power eye look, and this is going to be a handoff to Jordan Jones. Runs right behind right guard, and nothing doing there. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage, which was the 16-yard line. And there's an injured Pottsboro player. Apparently not injured. He's just slow to get up. So the ball will be spotted at the 16, which is a yard loss. And it's about to be Cooper Jones punt time again, unless Howe can convert here on the 3rd and 18.
I think the Bulldogs, if they only had one first down this game, Blizzard.
That wasn't by penalty, yes.
Here's a handoff on a jet sweep to Jordan Jones, who fights through a couple of defenders, and a nice run up to the original line of scrimmage, or close to it at about the 24-yard line. A good 6-yard gain, but obviously not enough for the first. And it's Cooper Jones punt time again. And again, he'll be near the 10-yard line when he punts this thing.
I'll tell you, you can see a little bit of the electricity that Jordan Jones, and you said earlier, get Jordan Jones and Jalen Thornton, hopefully have him back next week, and get them on the field at the same time could really, really help this offense. Boost them.
4th and 12, and obviously Jones is going to punt it. They're going to let the clock go all the way down, you would imagine. There's 19 on the play clock. There's no reason to go ahead and punt it until you run as much time off the clock as you can. 6:29 on the game clock. 11. Well, they're going to snap it with 11, and it's a high, wobbly kick going to be taken at the 48-yard line. Pottsboro just lets it bounce. It was Grayson Watson who watched it, and it just bounced and took a little bit of a Howe hop to the 44-yard line.
We'll get a chance to work a little bit your defensive, these young guys. This is the silver lining is you get a chance to get some of your young guys in there and get them some playing time and get them some experience and get used to the speed of the game.
And again, this will be 10 in a row. Pottsboro over Howe.
Wow.
10 in a row. And Howe hasn't won here since 1988, which is 8 in a row on the road here. Not a friendly confine at all. 5:54 left to go in the game, and Flanagan's still in the game. A little movement up front, nothing doing there, but Bertrand is going to make the tackle at maybe a yard loss on Flanagan.
Number 13, Colin Branch.
Or maybe Branch got the carry there. So a loss of one will set up second down and 11.
Good job there by that Bulldog defensive line there with, I think you had Jackson Atkins in there, Luke Jackson in there and on the stop behind the line of scrimmage.
Second down and 11. Flanagan calling for it, gets it, rolls out left. He wants to run. He's going to keep it, gets a great block on the edge, and steps out of bounds near midfield at about the 50-yard line.
Number 16.
And that'll set up a third and manageable 5 at midfield. Clock still rolls at 5:02. Didn't he step out of bounds?
I didn't see him step out of bounds.
I didn't see
I don't know
him.
what you're talking about. So.
Run the clock, cuz.
Give a thumbs up over there to let this thing come to a merciful end.
We're under the 5-minute mark. Third down and 5. Flanagan in the gun, one man right next to him, gets the handoff, and that's Branch, and he's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. A nice play there by Jackson Adkins to bring him down from his linebacker position.
Number 13.
As it's a loss of about a yard. And 4:23 left to go in this game.
You think about? Go ahead. I'll say you think about tonight. Bulldogs go to 0-4, and then next week you're at the halfway point of the season. Go home and take on Winsboro.
4th down and 6. This is going to be Flanagan keeping it around the right edge, and guess what? He runs for 7, picks up the first down. Carson Grogan, let's check down with you again. Our Night Furniture sideline. We got to catch up because I put you on mute so many times. What do you got down there?
First down.
Okay.
At least the band's having a lot of fun, Monty.
All right. Okay. 52-0. Howe trails Pottsboro. 3:34 left to go in the game. 13 on the play clock, and it's been Pottsboro all night. They're a good football team. Went to the state championship game a year ago, and here's Flanagan. He's going to cut it up and weave and find another way for a first down. Brought down by Dakota Harrington by the shoestrings, but Flanagan, I believe, has another first down at the Howe 35-yard line.
Yeah, this is a good football team. I mean, you start to look at all three phases of the game. Again, as Jason Garrett says, it was their offense is balanced. They got a good quarterback. Their defense has good size up front, good speed. They got special teams. They got a field goal kicker.
They have a coach who's been here for 15 years and a coaching staff who's been marinated along the way. The kids come out of the womb knowing what they're going to do in the system. You know, there's a handoff to Branch, who breaks the tackle of Jackson Atkins.
Number 13.
And he's got a couple of yards, but yeah, I mean, there's football programs and then there's football systems. What Pottsboro has is a system, and it works from elementary all the way up to the varsity level. Football programs sometimes try to find their identity. One year they're a slot T, one year they're whatever. They know what they're doing year in, year out since 2006.
And I think that helps with the stability that Matt Poe brings, and he's been around here for so long. You bring coaches in and out, and sometimes it's hard to do.
Second down. And this is going to be Branch on the right side, and he's going to gain a couple. It's going to be third down as Pottsboro pushes inside the 30. Carson Grogan, you might want to make your way up here. It's a minute 41 left to go on the clock. I'd start scooting this way because I do have to go down on the field for at least one game, the first one, to have a picture made. So
that nose guard, you know
that freshman kid. Yep, I don't want to embarrass him. So yep, third down and 4, a minute 19, and it's rolling. Flanagan wants it, and he's going to keep it around the left edge. Colby Taylor makes him turn inside, and he's popped, hammered hard by Heimel. Joey Heimel laid the wood to him. And it's fourth down.
Heimel came from the strong safety spot there. And was that Carroll, we said, who ran the ball?
No, it was Flanagan.
Flanagan who ran it and shifted gears and shifted directions. And Heimel came, looked like Darren Woodson comes through there, lowered his shoulder and just lowered the boom there on Flanagan. And that may be, got one more play left in him.
It's 4th down and 2. There's 32 seconds on the clock. This will probably be the last play of the game, one would imagine. Flanagan is going to hand off up the middle and breaking free and finally down at the 11-yard line. And that brings us 15 seconds. And one would imagine that would be it. Surely they will not try to pump it in here. No, Matt Poe and company. They bring the offense over to the side, and that's your ball game. 52-0. Howe takes it on the chin and falls to 0-4 on the season, 0-1 in district play. Pottsboro, conversely, 3-1 on the season and 1-0 in district play. And what a district this is shaping up to be with Pottsboro, Mineola, Mount Vernon, Winsboro. Holy cow.
Well, I think Bulldog fans need to be ready. This is going to be this right here was going to be your toughest test of the season. I mean, Pottsboro is one of the best teams in the state of Texas, definitely in this region. You see, but the district is going to be tough. You got Winsboro coming up next week. You got Mineola here later on. Mount Vernon will be another team that you'll be playing. There's some talent in this district.
So the teams are walking by each other and again waving at each other. So we've got that, but I'm going to make my way down on the sideline. I got to get a picture. I'm going to hand this over to Carson Grogan, and we're going to take a quick timeout. We will be back right after this with our Hands Realty Group postgame show.
All right.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
Corfit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. Corfit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At Corfit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. Corfit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Who, why, and how? Who are we? We're Pradera Mobile Home Community. Why live in Pradera? Because of Howe. Howe, Texas, that is. Howe is a small community with an outstanding school district and close proximity to all amenities you need. Pradera Mobile Home Community is tucked away between Highway 75 and Highway 5 near Bulldog Stadium. Our residents love that our community is so clean. They also love their 2 parks and their swimming pool. Pradera Mobile Home Community, 903-532-0014.
You're listening to the Hands Realty Group post-game show.
All right, welcome back here to Jim Henderson Stadium in Pottsboro, Texas, as we have concluded tonight's game with the Pottsboro Cardinals defeating the Howe Bulldogs 52-0. This is the Hands Realty Group post-game show. I'm Justin White alongside Carson Grogan. We got Blake the Blizzard Burnett with, we'll have some stats here later on. Monty went down to the field. He's got a freshman kinfolk. His son is playing varsity, so he wanted to have a picture with him real quick. He'll be back up here in a little bit. Carson, you got a chance to see downfield, down there on the Howe side. Tell me a little bit about what's going on down there.
Well, we knew coming into this game that we were the underdog, but I think for our goals coming into here was stay healthy. And they did a decent job of that, except for, of course, Jaron Grisham. We don't know the extent of his injury yet.
Right.
But, there were flashes of good stuff. Jordan Jones looked great, just like y'all said. Can't wait to see him and Jalen on the field at the same time. That'd be great for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, there were some positive things to look at. I mean, this was a hard game to judge though off of, because this Pottsboro team was going to be so good. They were so they're so talented in all parts of the offensively, defensively, special teams, and so. But Coach Jay wanted to improve each week, and we saw a little bit of that. I think there's still room for improvement. Again, there's young players on this team here. We got let's see how many. Trying to look at how many freshmen, how many sophomores we have on there. I know they brought up two, maybe three freshmen this week, but there's a lot of youngsters on this team that they're still trying to get in there and get some playing time. Blake, can you talk a little bit about what you thought of the game tonight?
Tonight was all about the best team in what we think the best team.
Oh, we run out of battery? I think we're out of battery there with Carson or with Blake.
Tonight was about what we think is the best team in the district, the Pottsboro Cardinals, and we came into this game as the underdogs. But what happened was Pottsboro took the fight out of us right on the first drive. They went down, scored like it was nothing, and we got to shore up the defense, getting ready for Winsboro next week. These Pottsboro kids, they've grown since they've been little kids in this system, so they know what to do basically before they even wake up at night, and it shows on Friday night when they come out here and play.
And you talked about on the offense possession from the get-go, they scored on some of their almost just about every drive they had in the first half. They even got a couple extra possessions on the pooch kick there. On kickoff, and that's another thing that they're going to have to shore up is on special teams, is trying to not give extra possessions here. They only had those 2 turnovers there, aside from the turnover on downs, those turnovers there on special teams.
But like y'all said, they took the fight out of us early in the first couple of drives, but also from down there on the sidelines, I could tell how we played pretty decent. I mean, the touchdown passes, there were a couple busting covers, but most of them, we were tight covers. They were just perfectly thrown balls. And just like you said, Justin, earlier in the broadcast, the tackling was so much better than it was earlier in the season.
And that was something Coach Jay was wanting to work on in the past couple of weeks was, some fundamentals, kind of get back to basics and tackling. And we saw an improvement there. I saw Luke Jackson make some good tackles. Jackson Atkins. I saw Austin Haley, who, let's talk about Austin Haley, how he's done playing defense, how he's just come into it naturally and done so well.
Austin Haley on defense is a natural. He just knows how to tackle and get people to the ground. He does really good at that. He seems comfortable at that safety position as well. But I want to talk about Luke Jackson tonight. He played well all night. When Braden Plyler would scramble, he would be right there in his face every time, there's a big weight difference there. I'm just going to tell you all that. But Luke Jackson gets after people, and he played a heck of a game tonight, in my opinion.
So are we giving him the Legendary Player of the Game award?
He would have my vote, Luke Jackson, and I would also give Jackson Atkins a vote as well.
Yeah.
So we'll have co-MVPs.
Yeah, co-MVPs.
Let's get some scores, at least from around the area, from our district. If you pull up some of your from around the area, I'll get the district here, Blake. Looks like right now in the third quarter, Commerce is up big on bottom. That's 43-0. I tell you what, Commerce is a team that, guys we saw last year, and they were young and they were athletic, and they're starting to kind of blossom here. And we're going to have Howe's going to be playing them here in a few weeks. Mount Vernon, Art Briles' team is hitting on all cylinders. They're up 40-21 on Rains. And then in Mineola, they have closed out Winsboro 20-6. That is a final. And then let's see, around the area, S&S is trailing Blue Ridge 21-7. Is S&S, are they undefeated coming into tonight's game?
No.
Okay.
They are 2-1.
2-1, okay. But they've had a struggle the last couple of years, so to see them 2-1 right now, but they're down right now 31-7. 59-26, Lindsay leads Collinsville. And then Farmersville and Van Alstyne in the fourth quarter are deadlocked at 35. And looks like we got Monty coming up.
And also, if people want to know, Tampa Bay and the Dallas Stars are tied 4-4, and they're going into overtime. So Stars looking to even that series 2-2.
All right. A little hockey talk.
We'll take a quick break and be right back after this.
Justin, Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucks North Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucks North Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
This is Coach Davey Dubose, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Jody and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletics, girls and boys, middle school and high school. Good luck to all the Howe teams in the coming school year.
This is Coach Jay. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and become a member today. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
You're listening to the Ann's Realty Group post-game show.
Welcome back. That's a pretty good sprint all the way over there. I'm just fast walking. So let's go ahead and go over some stats. Blizzard.
All right, we'll start with Pottsboro tonight as they won 52-0 over the Bulldogs. Braden Plyler, 3 carries, 7 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jet Carroll, 7 carries for 48 yards. Cooper Townsley, 2 carries for 7 yards. Major McBride, 3 carries for 15 yards. Colin Branch, 11 carries for 49 yards. And Halen Flanagan, 10 carries for 101 yards and a touchdown tonight. Passing for the Pottsboro Cardinals, Braden Plyler was 10 of 13 for 256 yards and 4 touchdowns. Titus Lyons, 2 catches, 68 yards and a touchdown. Grayson Watson, 2 catches, 18 yards. Jackson Lipscomb, 1 catch for 9. Jake Kubiak, 2 catches for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jude Bentley, 2 catches for 54 yards and a touchdown. And Griffin Conklin, 2 catches for 11 yards. On defense, the Bulldogs were led tonight by Austin Haley with 8 tackles, Jackson Atkins 7, Luke Jackson 7, Dakota Harrington 3, Joey Heimel 3, Colby Taylor 5, and Wesley Ing with 3. Caleb McNutt also added 3 tackles. The Bulldogs were led on offense tonight by Jordan Jones for 3 carries for 12 yards, Bryce Crosby 4 for -10, Matt Hayes 3 for -1, Austin Haley 6 for -10. Passing tonight, Austin Haley had 17 yards on 11 attempts. He was 5 of 11. Jordan had a catch for 10, Matt Hayes 2 for -2, Cam 1 for 0, Crosby 1 for -1, and Carson Daniels 1 for 8. On defense, the Cardinals were led by Cole Bonham with 6 tackles, Jackson Lipscomb with 4, Tyler Ferris with 3, Cooper Townsley with 3 and a sack. Cole Bonham also had a sack, Silas Barr with 4 tackles.
All right, thank you, Blizzard. And mind just let you know, we chose our MVP. I can't remember who the sponsor is, but the MVP was
legendary player of the game.
Legendary player of the game.
Legend Bank, legendary player of the game.
Legend Bank, legendary player of the game was Luke Jackson. We decided on.
Okay, I thought it was a co-MVP.
It was Luke Jackson and Jackson Atkins. I'm sorry.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Yes.
I heard something about that.
Yes, Luke Jackson, Jackson Atkins.
All right, let's recap this thing really quickly because I know there's a lot of people who want to go home, including myself. All right, so let me turn that crowd mic off because I know that he's about to start working on it. So, and I was going to unplug that. So you might want to help him fish that up through there before everything goes crazy. Or maybe he can bring it down. Carson, can you help him? Oh, there you go. This is radio, guys. Kinda. It's internet.
Listen
radio.
live to the breakdown here.
All right, so Howe started. They received first in the football game and quickly had to punt. The voice you may hear in the background is Bob Sullins. He is the voice of the Pottsboro Cardinals, longtime broadcaster in Texoma. So Pottsboro got the ball first. They went 7 plays, 67 yards, and capped it off on a 1-yard touchdown by Braden Plyler. That made it 7-0 with 6:33 remaining in the first. Howe had to punt again. Pottsboro took it, went 3 plays and 43 yards. and it was a Plyler to Kubik touchdown that made it 14-0 at the 3:54 mark. It was a 41-yard score. Howe had the punt again, gave it back to Pottsboro, or they went 4 plays, 36 yards. And again, Plyler punched it in from the 1 to make it 21-0 with 43 seconds remaining in the first. Howe took it, had the punt again, and then Pottsboro scored on a 46-yard pass from Plyler to Kubik, which capped off a 2-play 49-yard drive to make it 28-0 with 10:15 remaining in the second quarter. Pottsboro then kicked it off and recovered their own kickoff and took it at their own at the Howe 33-yard line. It only took them 1 play to score when Plyler threw a jump ball to Titus Lyons, and you know who wins those. 1 play, 33 yards, made it 35-0 with 10:08 left to go in the second. Howe got it and had to punt again. Pottsboro got it, and all they did was go 5 plays, 57 yards, and scored on a 31-yard touchdown pass from Plyler to Bentley, which made it 42-0 with 5:27 remaining in the second. Pottsboro again kicked off, again recovered their own pooch kick, which gave them the ball at the 49-yard line of Howe. They marched down 5 plays, 51 yards. And again, it was, this time it was a 32-yard field goal by McDonald to cap the drive and made it 45-0 with 1:45 remaining in the first half. And that was pretty much it for the game. It was clock-killing time in the second half, not much doing. 2 back-to-back 10-play drives by either team resulted in turnovers on downs before Pottsboro was able to drive 7 plays and 55 yards with a backup quarterback, Halen Flanagan, who just got called up today, and he ran a 17-yard touchdown. He ran it in from 17 yards out, making it 52-0 with 9:09 left to go in the third. Fourth quarter was nothing but killing the clock, and that was it. 52-0, our final score tonight in Pottsboro. Again, it's been since 1988 since the Bulldogs have won over here. That's now 8 in a row, and it's been 10 in a row with Pottsboro over Howe in the long run. And really, with Matt Poe in position, he's only lost 1 time to Howe in all of those years, and it was in 2010 at Bulldog Stadium, and that was it.
Yeah, he's built something here really special, and they seem to have some momentum going on this year. They won the state championship last year, and looks like they could make a deep run again. They're probably one of the best teams here in the region right now.
Well, what a district this is shaping out to be. Mineola, Mount Vernon, Pottsboro, Winsboro. Holy cow. Grab your socks. It's going to be a great district run. Too bad the Howe Bulldogs aren't going to be much of a part of that, but it's going to be a great district finish. For everyone who's been a part of this one, including Justin White, Blake Burnett, the Blizzard, Jake Roberts, and also Carson Grogan, our Night Furniture Sideline reporter tonight, I'm Monty Walker, and we will see you next week against Winsboro, another wonderful challenge. So long, everybody.